It's time for Skyview High School Sports, a presentation of 106.9 FM, 1390 AM The Fan, and CashValleyDaily.com. Brought to you by Advanced Heating and Air Conditioning, Alpine Cleaning, DD Auto and Salvage, Old Grist Mill, Preston Watts Collision and Glass, Great Basin Graphics, Adams Wealth Advisors, Cache Valley Daily, Young Toyota and Young Honda, Napa Auto Parts, Les Olson IT, and The Logo Shop. Now, it's time for the Skyview Bobcats on 106.9 The Fan.
You are listening to the Skyview Bobcats versus the Mountain Crest Mustangs with Hurricane John Newbold and Rex Davis on 106.9 The Fan. Live stream the game on CashValleyDaily.com. Now, here's your play-by-play announcer, Hurricane John Newbold.
Good evening and welcome to Skyview High School here in Smithfield, Utah. A beautiful scene here across the Bear River mountain range. A little sprinkle of snow, a dusting of snow up there, and it's really a gorgeous day, even though the temperatures are slightly under the 50 degrees, but we just got above 50 today for a high. Around kickoff, we'll probably be in the low 40s, but it should be a great second-round matchup. The Skyview Bobcats, 6-4 overall on the season. They are the number 7 seed in the RPI, so they got the first-round bye versus the number 10 Mountain Crest Mustangs, who are 7-3 on the season, Rex. These two teams, the Mustangs and Bobcats, of course, they met earlier in the season in region play, and it was the Bobcats with the 31-28 victory. But this should be a good game. It's a rivalry game, and, I know both of us, we're invested. We're excited about this. Should be a great game tonight.
Yeah, we're about as neutral as it's going to get, right? We live in the Mount Crest boundaries. We call games for Skyview. We know kids on both of these teams. This is, John, last time we got to call this game, it came down to a missed field goal at the end of regulation, and that's what decided the difference between these two teams. Yeah. Now, Mount Crest is a little down this time, John. They're missing starting quarterback, to our knowledge, Braden Larson. He was out there slinging it pregame, but we're not sure what we're going to see. So that's going to be something we're going to definitely keep our eye on. Is number 8 going to be out there throwing the ball for the Mustangs?
Yeah, he got hurt 3 weeks ago, it's about 3 weeks ago at Logan, as he got tackled on the first series, and he injured his left arm, his non-throwing arm. And so we had heard originally that because we live on that side of the valley, that he was out for the season, but like we said, he's out there dressed and was warming up. So we'll see if he still is going to be slinging the ball, or if tonight you get the sophomore Brady Muir, who came in and, he looked a little hesitant in the Logan game. Then he faced Ridgeline, where they kind of ran some wildcat in that. But in the game against Westfield, he looked like he had just calmed down, and he looked like he wasn't a sophomore. He was slinging the ball. He looked good.
Yeah, he's settling into the position, and it takes time. When you're a sophomore and you're out here against, legally grown men at times, 18-year-olds and stuff, it's a little intimidating. But, I think if Brady Muir does have to take the signal calling duties, which we kind of think is going to happen for Mountain Crest, I think he can come in here and orchestrate this offense. And what you ask your sophomore quarterback to do is, hey, don't give the ball to Skyview. Just protect this ball, throw the ball when you need to. Let's get you a little momentum going, and that's what I expect to see if Muir does, in fact, get the start here for the Mustangs.
So, again, in that first matchup, it was Skyview winning 31-28. Again, this broadcast, if you're watching, your video experience is powered by Adams Wealth Advisors, and they bring you this broadcast on 106.9 FM KLZX. Also it is on 107.7 KLZX.
Right, and if you're not watching, it's pretty easy. Just go to CashValleyDaily.com. You're going to see a little Mustang and a little Bobcat logo. Click that. It's going to take you to YouTube, and you'll be able to watch this game right along with us.
So the winner of this game will face the number 2 seed or the number 18 seed. That game took place, or is taking place right now. They started early at 5 o'clock. It was the number 2 seed Provo hosting the number 18 seed Dixie. Two of the hottest teams in the state, and Dixie kind of getting their feet under them. They had some injuries at the start of the season. They're actually up on Provo. The last time we checked, 13-0 over Provo. And what that means, Rex, if Dixie continues to lead and win, the winner of this game will actually host the quarterfinals next week.
Yeah, and that's big time, getting to host a game. And it could be either team. It could be Skyview or Mountain Crest if Dixie's able to keep that up and run the table there in that game. Either one of these teams could be hosting a game.
Well, here's a score update. Dixie 13, Provo 13 now in the first half. And the other game that started at 5 that we'll keep an eye on, Ridgeline is ahead of Hurricane 21-0. The Ridgeline Riverhawks, number 1 seed. The other two games of note from Region 11, Green Canyon, the 6th seed, is facing Uinta. They'll kick off at 6 o'clock, and Uinta is the 11th seed. And Bear River was at Park City. Bear River, the 21 seed, and Park City, the 5 seed. Bear River went to Timpanogos last week and defeated them and got to the next round. Both teams are lined up in their end zones. So we're going to go ahead and hear from Coach Alder. As I talked to him pregame, we'll hear from him, get his thoughts on this game tonight. And we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we'll just take a 30-second break and come back and hear from Coach Alder and as he talks about this matchup between the Bobcats and the Mustangs. It's all coming up next, right here on The Fan.
Keep your car running its best with help from Napa Auto Parts. Need a new battery or wiper blades? Napa features the best brands and can even help with battery or wiper blade installation right there on the spot. Locally owned from Preston to Providence. Napa Auto Parts.
Preston Watts Collision and Glass has been your #1 resource for collision repair and auto glass. We specialize in windshield repairs. Competitive prices, call Preston Watts Collision and Glass at 563-3215. We do it right.
It's the second round of the 4A state playoffs, and Skyview's got the Mountain Crest Mustangs, and we're here with Coach Alder. And Coach, I guess first off, you guys had a bye. You guys earned that with the 7 seed in the first round of the playoffs. But did you guys, what's your philosophy like? Do you guys change your game plan, or as far as like what you do to prepare and get ready for games?
Well, we can't change who we are. We've been trying to establish who we are and a culture and an offensive and defensive identity since the spring. So that certainly doesn't change. I think you just take the bye week and try and maintain your skill level, maintain your physical condition, and then work on some deficiencies that you may have offensively and defensively. But the focus is on us and what we do and just getting better at it, because I still think there's a lot of room for improvement. And the bye week can be challenging. You want to get on and start thinking about the next opponent, because that's the mode that you've been in for so long. But you got to not overthink it in the bye week and take it for what it is, and so that the practices this week had meaning and purpose, and that's what we did.
Well, you face an opponent, someone from Region 11. You face the Mountain Crest Mustangs, and you even get them at home, which you had during the regular season. You beat them 31-28 in a close game. How does that change to face someone a second time in a season, because that rarely happens?
Well, that's the nature of high school sports now with the RPI, and region placements mean nothing, and it's quite common for teams to face region opponents in the playoffs, and it's just the new high school sports, and so we can complain about it and talk about how weird it is, but it's the new normal.
Yeah, and
it's just fine. We're both in the same situation. They got to come out here twice. I'm sure they're confident and looking at that game at 3-point loss and thinking they have a chance, as they should. And we're looking at that game and analyzing and all the things we could have done better. And that's where the focus was this week is what could we have done better. And we don't really have to do a lot different, but just do the things that we didn't do well, do them better. And be prepared for any changes that they may have.
All right, well, Coach, thanks for your time. We'll talk to you after the game.
Okay.
So that was Coach Alder in our pregame. Caught up with him before the game. That was brought to you by Les Olson IT, a proud sponsor of high school athletics here on the fan and also on KLZX. So the teams are at midfield for the coin toss, and let's take time to do our logo shop sponsor. They are the sponsor of our uniform check, and the uniform check for the Skyview Bobcats, they're in all blue pants, blue jerseys, blue helmets, and the white numerals, and the Mustangs of Mountain Crest are in gray pants, white jerseys, and they've got the blue outlined in orange, it looks like, or for the numerals, and they've got those blue helmets with the Mustang on the side. So they flipped the coin. It looks like Mountain Crest has won the coin toss, Rex. Let's see what the officials saw. Now, there's it. He was talking to both teams. It looked like he had talked to Mountain Crest. So there's the coin flip. Skyview won, and they deferred. So that's what it was, right?
Yeah.
That's what it looked like. Yep. And you can see on CashValleyDaily.com, Trevor Jellum running the camera for us, and he's got that tight shot there on the coin toss tonight. But again, what a game this should be between the Mustangs and the Bobcats. And they're so evenly matched. Both teams have great running backs. You've got Preston Arambell for the Mustangs and the Skyview Bobcats with Xander Stokes. And both quarterbacks can sling the ball. We're thinking Jack Clark, and we're thinking it's Brady Muir tonight, as we saw Braden warming up, but I think that he was there as one of the captains and he didn't have his pads on.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, we saw him fully dressed pregame, unless this is a great diversion as you send some random kid out in his jersey, but okay, so yeah, he's not cleared to play. So, I mean, it's... We're pretty excited for this, John. And I think what I'm really keen on is Micah Clements, the wide receiver, number 5 for Mountain Crest. This kid has 49 catches, 644 yards, and 6 touchdowns. Micah Clements is one of those kids that when you're watching a game, he just kind of stands out. He's carrying the orange Mustang flag over there onto the sideline, but he's a really fun kid to watch. So he's going to be an absolute test for the defensive backs for Skyview, and they're going to have to really step up to be stride for stride with him.
Well, in the first matchup, looking at the stats, he had a good game. He had over 100 yards receiving. I'm just pulling it up. 9 catches, 131 yards, and a touchdown in that first matchup with the Bobcats. But it should be exciting. Just giving you a feel of what's happening in the state playoffs. So far in the second round of the playoffs, Rex, you've got Region 8 with 4 teams still left, Region 9 with 5, Region 10 with 2 teams, and Region 11 has 5 teams. So we'll get underway here as the Bobcats will be kicking left to right on your radio dial towards Hiram to the south. And it's a new kicker for the Bobcats. It's what we're told, Pedro de Cuadros. He is the younger brother. He's a sophomore of Calebe. As there is the whistle, and we're about underway. And they get the kick away, and it's going to be returned up the middle to the 20, the 25, the 30, across the 30-yard line. And I thought that Skyview ran someone off late. Yeah, it looked like they had too many guys out there, but regardless, we're underway here as a good return for the Mustangs, and here we go. The Mustangs will be lined up 33-yard line as we are underway. They'll be going to the north.
That's a good return there by Thompson Flippins to get just really good starting field position for this Mustang offense on the road here in the playoffs.
That is the sophomore Brady Muir back there at quarterback. He's got 2 running backs in the backfield, Aaron Bell being one of them, receiver to each side. So Muir in shotgun takes the snap. He's going to hand off to Flippins. Flippins up the right side. Big hole on the right side and a good surge for about 8 yards. That's Flippins.
Yeah, and I like this seeing Flippins in the backfield. He's a playmaker at wide receiver, obviously on kick returns, but that's the first time I've seen him get a carry. I haven't got to see a ton of Mountain Crest football, not as much as I like, but I do like seeing him in the backfield there.
They actually give him 9 yards, and they use him a lot on fly sweeps.
Yeah, that's when you see him.
So same formation. Muir in shotgun, takes the snap. He's going to hand off to Aaron Bell this time. He goes up the middle, and he is stuffed right at the line of scrimmage, I believe, unless they give him that yard. I think he's going to be shy, so no gain for Aaron Bell. On second down, he'll bring up 3rd down and 1.
Yeah, Skyview defense coming up stout there. Skylar Murdoch, he's just a tackling machine for the Bobcats, and he comes up there along with the interior defensive lineman to make that play.
No score, opening drive. This is the third play for the Mustangs. It started at their own 33, 10:50 here in the first quarter. No score. So now you've got two receivers to each side. Aaron Bell in the backfield with Muir. Now Flippant's in motion. They fake the handoff. Now they go to Aaron Bell. He is hit on the right side. He leaned forward for the first down. Skyview hit him in the backfield, Rex, but Aaron Bell's so tough to bring down.
Yeah, he is, and that's how you finish a run for Aaron Bell there. Mikey Stewart is in a great position, and Stewart comes up and makes a nice hit on Aaron Bell, but Aaron Bell, using those legs and strength, is able to fall forward and move the chains.
He needed 1 yard. I think that's all he got, up to the 44. Because the line of scrimmage was the 33, the original line of scrimmage. So 1st and 10, Mustangs at the 44. They've got two running backs in the backfield. Muir to pass this time. He throws, and it's caught, but a hit immediately after the 2-yard gain. I didn't even see the receiver. Was that Kai Passy?
Yeah, it's Kai Passy on the reception, but man, Lillywhite is there at the exact moment that catch is made.
Yeah, so Passy gets 2 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 8, up to the 46-yard line, their own 46. The ball is on the right hash. Two receivers to each side. A running back in the backfield behind Muir. Takes the snap, turn around. That's Aaron Bell. He is hit by Lillywhite, and he drags forward to the 49 of Skyview. So 4-5... They're going to mark him, 4 yards. They mark him back at the 50, so a 4-yard gain for Aaron Bell as he had that head of steam going forward.
Yeah, it was nice hard running there, and a good job by Lillywhite. He's not able to wrap up and make what you would consider a proper tackle, but he was still able to get enough of him to get Aaron Bell off balance.
The big 3rd down and 4 from midfield for the Mustangs. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left for Muir. He takes the snap, handoff to Aaron Bell, right side. He's got the outside. He's got the 1st down and more. Down the sideline, that Mustang sideline, across the 40. A big play from the 50. He needed 4 yards, and he's got more than that. So 5-10. They give him 11 yards to the 39 of Skyview.
Well, 16 yards rushing on 4 carries for Aaron Bell is starting to kind of get going. You're seeing a trend. Every carry is going for more and more yardage, and that's what he does is he wears down a defense.
Muir turns around, handoff to Aaron Bell. He is met in the backfield. Mean Dean Phillips was there, and also number 7, Malcolm Young.
Yeah, Malcolm Young came flying in to make that play there.
We do have a score update from the Provo game, but we'll try to get to it. The ball is at the 40. The reason we're following that Provo-Dixie game is because the winner of this game will face the winner of that game in the quarterfinals. Clock still running, opening drive, 8:15 left in the first quarter, no score. 3 receivers to the left, ball's on the right hash. 1 to the right, Aaron Bell in the backfield with Muir. Muir fakes the handoff, blitz is on, they pick it up, they throw, incomplete as he's looking for Cale Olson over the middle. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 11.
Yeah, Cale Olson did a good job kind of getting his body sideways and getting his hands on that thing, just unable to bring it in. But it was the right read there, though, by the sophomore quarterback.
So a big 3rd down and 11. Clock stopped with 8:05. That Dixie score, let's see. Dixie at the half. Dixie led 13-0, but 20 unanswered points by Provo, and Provo leads 20-13 at the half. 2 receivers to each side, a big 3rd and 11 here at the Skyview 40. Muir takes the snap, fakes the handoff. He's going to throw. He throws incomplete. And looking for Kai Passy. There's no flag as Passy was on his back.
Yeah, much to our surprise, really. I mean, maybe some incidental content. It's
already cold.
A little incidental contact downfield or something. But, yeah, I mean, Passy's laying on the ground as that ball's being thrown. So
it brings up 4th and 11, and the offense is still out there for the Mustangs. 2 receivers to each side. Ball on the right hash, going right to left on your radio dial. 4th and 11 from the Skyview 40 for Muir.
Single coverage on Clemens.
Hard count. Skyview flinches, doesn't come across on that left side. Now Muir looks to the sideline. And now a timeout by the Mustangs and Coach Visser. With 8:02, we'll take a short break and be back right after this.
Keep your car running its best with help from Napa Auto Parts. Need a new battery or wiper blades? Napa features the best brands and can even help with battery or wiper blade installation right there on the spot. Locally owned from Preston to Providence. Napa Auto Parts.
And I know she'll be the death of me, at least we'll both be numb. And she'll always get the best of me, the worst is yet to come. But at least we'll both be beautiful.
Welcome back to Skyview High School. Second round of the 4A state playoffs. It's the Skyview Bobcats and the Mountain Crest Mustangs. And it's a big 4th and 11 here in the opening quarter for the Mustangs at the Skyview 40. From that right hash going right to left on your radio dial. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. And is that Muir back there? I thought it was a different number, but he sends a man in motion to come in tight. Aaron Bell in the backfield. Takes the snap. That is Muir. He's back to pass. He throws. He gets hit as he throws. He's got Clements out there to the 10, the 5. Touchdown! Mustangs on 4th and 11 as Muir, the sophomore, stayed in the pocket, got popped, but still delivered it right on the money to Clements for a 40-yard touchdown.
John, the previous play, I pointed it out. Clements is in single coverage, right? And I'm not the only one that saw that. The Mountain Crest offensive coordinator saw that too, because they said, hey, you know what? This kid is an absolute playmaker. Let's take a shot, go one-on-one with him, and just put it up there for a 40-yard touchdown. Here comes Mountain Crest in that unique special teams formation that they do.
Yeah, they're spread out. Now they line up. So Skyview gives up the big 4th down and 11 play defensively. Snap back. Buse kicks it, and it looks good. And it is. And Mountain Crest strikes first on the opening drive with 7:54 on the clock. They basically took 4 minutes off that clock, and we'll keep it here. It's 7-0 opening quarter. Skyview and Mountain Crest drives, and in 10 plays, they get the 40-yard TD pass to Clements on 4th and 11.
Well, okay, here's my thing, John. So last time, these teams aren't strangers to each other. Last time Clements takes the field, he has 9 catches, 131 yards, and a touchdown. Double cover this young man and make someone else beat you, because you got to have safety help over the top. I don't care who your defensive back is, whether it's Castillo or not. You got to have help on Micah Clements.
So awaiting the kickoff. 7:54 as Mountain Crest is lining up to kick off to the Bobcats after the 40-yard touchdown pass to Clements. The kick is away. There's no snap. Lincoln Ballard from the 5-10. Gets near the 20, but he's knocked down before he gets there, probably about the 17-yard line on that far side of the field.
Yeah, that's going to be kind of tough starting field position. That's a good kick there, too, by Mountain Crest. The sophomore, Brenton Leishman, kind of forcing a return, which sometimes is dangerous, but it worked out in the favor of the Mustangs on that play. So we'll see if the Skyview offense can answer back, John. I mean, you just gave up a long bomb touchdown to the visiting team.
So from their own 18, 7:47, it's Jack Clark brings out the offense. Takes the snap, turns around, handoff to Stokes. Stokes on the left side. He's got some 4 or 5 yards on that left side. Up from the 17 to the 24, or 18 to the 24, so 6 yards. 2nd and 4 for the Bobcats. Clark takes it, handoff to Stokes again, up the middle. Not a lot there, so he spins around, and he's going to lose some yardage. They'll maybe give him forward momentum, so he gained 1 yard. It'll be 3rd and 3.
That's good gang tackling there by the Mustangs. Dylan Buist as well as Jake Constantinu in the backfield there for the Mustangs.
So 3rd down and 3 for the Bobcats. From their own 25, 6:50 clock running, 7-0 Mustangs. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Stokes in the backfield with Clark. Now he sends Karen in motion. They're going to hand it off to Karen. He's going to try to get up on the fly sweep. Nothing there for the Bobcats. They actually lose a yard. So Karen couldn't get the edge, and the Mustangs stop him. Will bring up 4th and 4.
Tayton Page read that absolutely perfectly, John. He stayed home and made that play. And what's crazy to me is every time, not every time, but a lot of times when I look at this Mountain Crest roster, there's a 10 next to their name, meaning sophomore. This is a young, talented team here for the Mustangs.
So the Bobcats, Chance Wilson on 4th and 6 is lining up to punt, and back deep, I'm not sure who that is, but he's back at his own 35.
I think
for the
it's Zane
Mustangs.
Pickup.
Yeah. Chance gets the kick away. He punts it. Pickup comes up. He fumbles it, and it's still loose, and then he jumps on it as Skyview hit him as he was getting the ball at the 45, and then he got ripped, but was able to fall back down on it at around the 43-yard line for the Mustangs.
Yeah, Cooper Karen was an absolute speedster in coverage on that punt there, and a good job by Zane Pickup to able to get back on that thing. John, we do have a couple score updates that have come in just to tease with the next chance we get.
Okay, so with 5:45, Mustangs leading, they have the ball. 7-0 Mustangs, and they're at their own 43. Good field position. 2 running backs in the backfield for Muir. He turns hands off. This is a different running back. I think that's Egbert.
Yeah, it is.
He has over 100 tackles. I think 110 tackles on the season. And that doesn't include last drive. I don't know how many he was in on that one.
4 sacks, 110 tackles. He's just an absolute machine there. Linebacker for the Mustangs.
No gain for Egbert on 1st down, so it's 2nd and 10 as Egbert comes out.
We've seen a couple different back looks, too. We've seen Egbert, we've seen Aaron Bell, we've seen Flippins with a carry.
Yeah, and sometimes you'll see Buse back there. 2 receivers to each side.
Single coverage on Clements again.
2nd and 10 for Muir. In shotgun, he takes a snap, fakes the handoff. He has a good pocket. He steps up and he's sacked. As he stepped up in the pocket, he was tackled from behind, and he's ripped down for a loss.
Yeah, that's big Satili Palmer with the sack there for Skyview.
A 3-yard loss as he stepped up in the pocket to let it rip, and then he's sacked.
Well, and it looks like it was pretty good protection, too. I mean, it looked like that was the right move, step up in the pocket, but Satili Palmer comes out of nowhere and just makes that play there for Skyview.
So it brings up a 3rd and 13. Back at their own 40, the Mustangs, but they lead 7-0 with 4:25 clock running. But it doesn't mean a lot. They went for it on 4th and 11, their first drive, but that was in Skyview territory.
Yeah, that was in plus territory, though.
So they run the play out, and now a timeout. Mountain Crest, this is their 2nd of the first quarter, Rex, so they'll only have one more in the first half. We'll take a short break and be back, but it's Mountain Crest 7, Skyview 0 with 4:10 here in the opening quarter.
Keep your car running its best with help from Napa Auto Parts. Need a new battery or wiper blades? Napa features the best brands and can even help with battery or wiper blade installation right there on the spot. Locally owned from Preston to Providence. Napa Auto Parts.
Preston Watts Collision and Glass has been your #1 resource for collision repair and auto glass. We specialize in windshield repairs. Competitive prices, call Preston Watts Collision and Glass at 563-3215. We do it right.
Seven to nothing, Mustangs lead. This is their 2nd drive of the first quarter as Skyview went 3 and out on their first possession. But they're at their own 40, the Mustangs are, and it's a 3rd and 13. Empty backfield, 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right for Muir. Sends a man in motion behind him. He's going to throw it back there. on the run. That's Clements. He takes it upfield, and he's knocked at the 45. So Clements, actually, he didn't go down. It looked like he did get knocked down, but he was still on his feet. So he gains positive yards from the 40 up to the 46, Rex, on that kind of fly sweep action behind him. But then he's knocked down and pushed back.
Yeah, I mean, and that's pretty decent yardage, too, there to, kind of maybe potentially flip the field here on a punt.
So 6 yards up to the 46 from the 40, and it'll be 4th and about 7. Ballard's back to receive. Buse to punt. He goes to the right side, and he lets it fly. Ballard from his 15, and he is stayed on his feet. He put his hand down as he broke the tackle of Egbert, trying to find a seam, and then he's popped as he came across the 15. Great effort by Ballard there the one person you're not going to break a lot of tackles from is Egbert.
That is exactly what I was thinking, John. We're just sitting here talking. Yeah, Egbert has 110 tackles, 4 sacks coming into this game, and then Ballard goes and breaks what looked like a sure tackle. That's a pretty good job there by Ballard too. Give a little breathing room to this offense. I mean, it wasn't a huge game, but it was better than letting that thing bounce. That's for sure.
So from their own 18 again, this is where they started the first time and went 3 and out. They turn around, Clark hands it off to Stokes, and he is met in the backfield for a loss. Is that going to be back to the 16? It's on that far side of the field. It's hard to tell.
Looks like a 2-yard loss.
Yeah, we'll say 2 yards. 2nd and 12 coming up.
Last 2 carries have been for negative yardage for Stokes.
So 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left for Clark on 2nd and long. They turn around, they hand off again to Stokes. He breaks some tackles from the 17. So it was only a 1-yard loss on the last play, but he goes from the 17 to about the 24, so 7 yards. So we'll give Stokes 7 yards that time, but now it's a little more manageable. They run it out of the backfield. Clark, he looks, he's got a wide open man. That's Bird, and he underthrow him. Incomplete.
Oh, my gosh.
Bird was wide open out of the backfield, but it was the far side of the field. But Bird would have had some positive yards, but it was low, and he couldn't get it as he went to the field. Incomplete from the Bobcats.
John, there is no one in the screen for the Mustangs there on that.
So incomplete on 3rd and about 5. The Bobcats let Bird go out, and they couldn't convert, so another 3 and out for the Bobcats. So 4th and about 4 for the Bobcats from their own 24. Chance Wilson back to receive the punt as he's going to let it go. It's a low-line drive. It bounces at midfield, gets down to the 40, and rolls Skyview's favor, but down to the 37. And I'll tell you what, Rex, the Mustangs have had great field position tonight.
Yeah, they really have, and that's so big in high school football. To be able to start anywhere near that logo to start your drive there is just big time, and that's definitely been helping the Mustangs so far.
So after the Mustangs scored on their first possession, they had to punt it away. This is their 3rd possession of the first quarter. They lead 7-0 with 2:02 here in the opening quarter of this second-round matchup. The winner will face the winner of Provo and Dixie. So on first down from their own 37, 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right for Muir. Takes the snap. He's going to throw it out there quickly. It's complete to Olsen. Olsen up the field to the 40, across the 40 to the 45. Skyview's trying to strip it, but Cale Olsen takes it. The sophomore to sophomore connection for 11 yards in the first.
Yeah, that's a nice play design there by Mountain Crest to get the ball in Cale Olsen's hands. He's a big receiver out there. He's able to get in space and do something with it there. That's a good play there for them, and that's the 3rd completion for the young quarterback for Mountain Crest.
So up to their own 48, 1st and 10. You've got 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, and running back in the backfield, left hip of Muir. Takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to Aaron Bell on the right side. Aaron Bell trying to find the edge, and he is tackled for a loss as the Bobcats ripped him down. I think that was Skylar Murdoch.
Yeah, it was. And man, did Skylar Murdoch looked like he was shot out of a slingshot there. I mean, he just came with a full head of steam, met Aaron Bell in the backfield to bring him down for a loss.
2-yard loss for Aaron Bell on that first down run. As he went sideways, he just couldn't get the edge as Murdoch just hopped on his back and took him down to the turf. And the ball goes back to the 46-yard line, 2nd and 12 with the clock under a minute to go here in the opening quarter, 7-0 Mustangs. 2 receivers to each side for Muir. He's got a running back on his right hip. Takes the snap, and it's fumbled back there. Kind of bobbled. I shouldn't say fumbled. It was bobbled, and it went to Aaron Bell. And he just took it and ran up the middle and got to midfield. So Bradley on the tackle, but 4 yards, and it will bring up 3rd down at midfield with 20 seconds. I don't know if they'll run another play or not in this first quarter after the 4-yard run. But, yeah, it kind of bounced off a Muir. And then it ended up with Aaron Bell, and he just went right up the middle.
Yeah, just kind of a lucky bounce there for Mountain Crest. Sometimes it goes your way, sometimes it doesn't.
Well, Mountain Crest goes to the sideline as the clock ticks down. So at the end of one quarter, it'll be 7-0. Mustangs over the Bobcats. We'll take a break and be back right after this with the start of the second quarter, right after this.
Keep your car running its best with help from Napa Auto Parts. Need a new battery or wiper blades? Napa features the best brands and can even help with battery or wiper blade installation right there on the spot. Locally owned from Preston to Providence. Napa Auto Parts.
Preston Watts Collision and Glass has been your #1 resource for collision repair and auto glass. We specialize in windshield repairs. Competitive prices, call Preston Watts Collision and Glass at 563-3215. We do it right.
Old Gristmill on South Main Logan, 4th North Logan, and now Smithfield offer Cache Valley that famous lunch special and natural bread baked the right way. Get your made-to-order lunch or baked goods at Cache Valley's Best of Northern Utah gold-winning bakery. The Old Gristmill, here for you.
Start of the second quarter, Mountain Crest 7, Skyview nothing. Ball is at midfield. We'll get you some score updates coming up. After this play, we'll see, but it's going to be 3rd down and 8 for the Mustangs at the 50-yard line. They're going left or right on your radio dial now towards Hiram. Man moves to the left side now for the Mustangs. Now Clements goes right to left in motion for Muir. Now he lines up. Muir takes it. He's faking the handoff up the middle. Now the blitz is on. He runs to the right side. And he is hit as he gets upfield, maybe across the 50 to the 49, a yard gain, but there was nothing downfield for Muir, and he just tried to turn it up and get positive yards. He gains 1 to the 49.
Yeah, coverage was good downfield for Skyview. Mikey Stewart is engaged with an offensive lineman there, but then he ends up breaking that and causing that pressure and flushing the quarterback Muir out of the pocket.
So 4th down, they're lining up to punt. Lincoln Ballard goes back to his 10. Buse back there to punt it away, just waiting for the snap. Skyview blitzes. Buse rolls to the right. Now he's going to run on the fake. He's got enough to the 45, the 40, the first down up the field, and he gets flipped at the 30, but what a fake as Skyview didn't cover him as he gets across the 30. Where do they mark him out? But what a play to the 28. He kind of rolled on the first punt, so they saw something there, and Skyview didn't cover it up. He gets down to the 28. So from the 48 to the 28, we'll give him 20 yards on that.
That's exactly what I was going to say, John. His last time he punted, he rolled right, and I've always liked when a punter will roll out like that because it gives you a little extra time to get your coverage team down, but also if you got a good athlete like Buse, just take off with it if there's nobody there. 1st and 10 Mustangs as they get Buse on a 20-yard run on 4th down. Now under center, I formation is Muir. He turns around, handoff to Aaron Bell, the deep back, and he goes to the left side, and he is clobbered and knocked backwards. That's hard to do against Aaron Bell, but it was Skylar Murdoch there. No gain on the play. Yeah, we talked a lot about Egbert coming into the game with 100 tackles, 110 tackles. Well, guess what? Hey, Skyview's got one of those too, and his name is Skylar Murdoch. This kid is a kid that just hunts down ball carriers, and a good tackle there by him.
Yeah, these teams are so similar. But second and 10 from the Skyview 28. 10-12 to go in the half. 7-0 Mustangs. I formation, a receiver to each side. They pitch it to Aaron Bell now on the right side, trying to find to turn it upfield, and Skyview met him there. Nothing doing as people were getting off blocks for the Bobcat D.
Yeah, they strung it out really well. They made the play flow all the way to the sideline. Lily-White able to come over there and finish it off for the Bobcats, but another no gain, if I'm not mistaken there. So back-to-back no gains there for Aaron Bell.
8th play of the drive that started at their own 37 back in the first quarter with 2 minutes. Clock down to 9:33. Controlling that clock are the Mustangs, and they're ahead on the scoreboard, 7-0. So a big 3rd down and 10 at the Skyview 28. They've got 2 running backs in the backfield, 2 receivers to the right, Clements to the left. Snap back to Muir. He fakes the handoff, throws, and he's got a man. Slides down at the 11. Is that Passy?
Yeah.
So down to the 11 from the 28, a 17-yard gain and a 1st down.
That's a great job there by Muir to hang in there and just throw a good ball downfield. And Passy goes down to make that catch, too. It's not a perfect throw. Passy actually made a really good sliding catch there to come up with that.
Well, Muir threw clear across the field. Passy came from left to right to that wide side of the field, so that's why that ball hung up forever. But 2 receivers in the backfield, 2 running backs. There for Muir. He's going to hand off to Aaron Bell, left side. He finds a crease. He's tripped up, and he still scampered through. He was tripped up and fell forward. He's down to the 4, a 7-yard gain for Aaron Bell.
He's got 24 yards on 10 carries so far. And then passing the ball, Muir has 70 yards passing so far for the Mustangs. And this offense is looking pretty good, John. They're able to kind of do what they want here so far in the first half.
They're down to the Skyview 4, 2nd and 3, clock running at 8:15. They already lead 7-0, the Mustangs do. They can get the 1st down without getting into the end zone. That's not a goal-to-go situation yet. It looks like Clements is in the backfield with Aaron Bell and Muir this time on 2nd. They turn it. It's to Clements, and Clements gets hit as he didn't turn it upfield, and then he's hit and they blow the whistle. He's got some yardage lost. Is it 3-yard loss from the 4, or is that back to the 6? It's on the far side of the field. Maybe it's to the 6 for a 2-yard loss.
Oh, I cannot tell.
No, that's the 7.
Yeah.
So we'll give him 3 yards on the loss on that one.
Yeah, and that's tough because, okay, you have your playmaker, shifty receiver taking a direct snap back there, and they're not north and south typically when they're speedsters. They like to go east and west.
3rd and 6 for the Mustangs at the Skyview 7 as they look back to the sideline. Aaron Bell's in the backfield with Folger. 2 receivers to the right. They throw it quickly, complete, and he's got the 1st down, and he's trying to push forward as they quickly get it out of his hands, and that's Kai Passy. He's got the 1st down, or he's darn near close to it.
I think he's got it.
It's hard to tell where they mark it. It's going to be 4th and 1. They needed 6. They got 5 yards where they're spotting it. So Passy, so it'll bring up 4th and 1. Ball is at I think the ball's at the 2-yard line. They need to get to the 1 for the 1st down. It's really half an inch.
Yeah, and they're bringing in a couple tight ends here, too. They're going a little heavier formation, it looked like.
So 6:20 left in the half. Chewing up a lot of clock. They're going to go under center is Muir. I formation. They take it. They push him forward on the tush push, and I think he's going to get into the end zone. Touchdown, Muir from 2 yards out. And the Mustangs lead 13-0 with 6:11 here in the first half. 2-yard TD rush for Muir. As he went under center, and then they just pushed him forward, and that pile went forward. And the Mustangs lead 13-0.
Yeah, just power football there for Mountain Crest. Really no disguise to what they're doing, just saying, hey, we're bringing in the big boys, and we're going to try to push your big boys back, and they did. That's the 6th different ball carrier for the Mustangs tonight with Muir keeping that ball.
So they split the formation. And now they bring them back in. So the holder for the Mustangs is McKay Crofts. And Bust getting ready for the extra point. Snap is back. Crofts gets it down. Kick is on the way. And it is good by Bust. And it's with 6:11. In the first half, it's Mountain Crest 14, Skyview nothing. We're going to keep it here to get you caught up on scores of interest that are going on. These scores brought to you by Reactive Physical Therapy. Great locations in North Logan and Providence. Personalized care plans for your complete recovery. Treat chronic pain, sports injuries, and rehab. It's Reactive Physical Therapy. So, scores of interest. Park City leads Bear River 14-0. 3:47 in the first quarter. Let's see. Green Canyon 7, Uinta 7 in North Logan with 4:49 in the first quarter. Ridgeline was leading 28-7 over Hurricane, and that is at the half. So the Bobcats have gone 3 and out both times. They will get the ball to start the second half, but they got to get things going on offense.
Yeah, they got to get going here.
14-0 Mustangs. They boot it away. It's a squibber that just bounces on the field, and it's going to be returned at the 15 to the 20, across the 20, and it's going to be our first flag of the night. Ballard returns it to about the 26 or 27. There is a flag down. We'll see what it is. And it could be on the Bobcats, and usually it's holding on those returns, but it could be a face mask. I don't know, because flag came in late. We'll see. It is a holding on Skyview, so the return will take them up to the 26, and they'll go back.
Well, that's not how you want to start your breathe a little life back into us drive here, which Skyview's got to go on now. I mean, there's still so much football left, John, but you just feel like all that momentum swinging over to the orange and blue.
Well, Skyview's really hasn't been throwing the ball. They've just been establishing the run, and that's not there.
I got Clark down for one pass attempt.
They hand it off. No, Clark keeps it. He throws it incomplete, trying to hit Chance Wilson as he leaked out. The tight end incomplete on just kind of a rollout play.
Yeah, and it's kind of there. That's a tough throw to make, though. Rolling to your left, right-handed quarterback, tight end's engaged, and then he goes out on the route.
And the defense was there, too. They read it.
Yeah, they're in.
So you got to get it over his hands. They motion out. They throw it to Stokes. He catches it, tries to get upfield, but he lost balance catching the ball. And so he dives forward, but it will be, I don't know if it's much of a gain. We'll give him 1. So it'll bring up third and 9 for the Bobcats now.
There's, a good illustration is 75 yards passing for the Mustangs, 1 for the Bobcats.
2 receivers to each side. Ball's on the left hash. Stokes in the backfield with Clark on 3rd and 9. Now they look to the sideline. 5:25 clock rolling. 14-0 Mustangs. Now they get the play. Still waiting for the snap. Clark takes it, back to pass, looking, he throws. He's going for Ballard, not even close. And it incomplete. And it will be the Bobcats going 3 and out again for the 3rd time as they can't get anything going in the first half, and the Mustangs are all over it. 4th and 9 for the Bobcats.
Yeah, really good coverage downfield by Thompson Flippins. He's just running step for step with Ballard. And, Clark he took a shot, and it just wasn't there. I mean, Clark, so far in this game, 1 of 4 passing for 1 yard. They got to get this offense figured out. It looks absolutely stagnant for the Bobcats.
Wilson standing at his own 1 to punt this away. The Mustangs are receiving it at their 50. Wilson gets it away. It's a line drive that bounces at the 50, takes a Skyview bounce, and rolls out of bounds at the 41-yard line. But the officials are going to mark it at the 40. But the punt by the Bobcats give the Mustangs another opportunity with 1 timeout and 5:01 to work with, and they already lead 14-0. But they've had great field position, and they've controlled the clock as the Bobcats have went 3 and out on 3 straight possessions, and like Rex mentioned, only 1 yard passing.
Yeah, and the Bobcat defense has done a decent job on Aaron Bell. He's got 10 carries for 24 yards, but that air attack is what's getting him.
3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Well, and on 4th down even. Muir fakes it. He throws it quickly to Olsen, who catches it on the wide receiver screen, trying to follow his blocks. He's taken down for a 1-yard gain is Olsen. So 2nd and 9 from the 41. The Mustangs are in no hurry as they lead 14-0. 4:38 clock running right before the half. They're going left or right on your radio dial towards Hiram. So they break the huddle. 2 receivers to each side. Ball's on the left hash. Aaron Bell deep behind Muir. Takes the snap. He's going to throw it out there to Passy. Completed the 40. He's knocked down as he gets up to about the 44. From the line of scrimmage to the 41, we'll give him 3. That's Kai Passy in the slot.
Yeah, Kai Passy catches that ball, and then he goes to look for the stiff arm, but Lillywhite did a good job getting under that stiff arm and making the tackle there to hold him to a gain of 3.
So 3rd down and 6 coming up from their own 44 are the Mustangs. They lead 14-0. They have 1 timeout. Skyview with 3, but it's 14-0 Mustangs, 3:45 before the half. Clements goes one-on-one out there all alone on the left side. They turn around, they fake the handoff, they throw it. It is behind the receiver, no good, and there comes the flag. I thought it was tipped, but I guess not. Incomplete, as it was clear behind the receiver, but in high school it doesn't matter if it's catchable or not. It's kind of what your own judgment is. I thought it was behind him, but it's going to be pass interference on the Bobcats.
Yeah, if it did have to be catchable, that one's not getting thrown.
It is pass interference on the Bobcats, so they get a 1st down via the penalty, as it would have been a 4th and 6. So Skyview gets the penalty, 15 yards. 2 penalties on the Bobcats. They had a hold earlier, and now it's up to the 41 of Skyview with 3:32. The Mustangs with a 14-0 lead and the 1 timeout. Aaron Bell in the backfield on the left hip of Muir. 2 receivers to each side on 1st and 10. Now Flippins goes in motion. They hand it off to Flippins going right to left, trying to find a hole, and he can't. Lillywhite busts through and makes the hit for a loss.
Big tackle there by Jace Lillywhite. Flippins had a full head of steam ahead of him, too. He was taken off with that thing, but then Lillywhite just came right upfield to the north and made that play.
So a loss of 3, but Lillywhite came out of nowhere. I mean, it looked like good blocking there. And
it was set up pretty well, but yeah, I don't know if Lillywhite went in motion with him to make that play, but man, he was there.
So 2nd down and 13 now for the Mustangs. Clock running under 3 minutes here in the half. They turn, they throw to Olsen quickly. He's trying to find some blockers. He does. He's up the field to the 35, or 34 is where they mark it. So a 10-yard gain, but he's shy of the 1st down still.
Yeah, we got a couple Mustangs. We got Murdoch and Dickey both down right next to each other at the end of that play. You got to wonder if they maybe collided with each other.
So a 10-yard pass to the 34 to Olsen. So it's going to be 3rd down and 3 for the Mustangs after the injured Bobcats get off the field. And it's 2 key ones for the Bobcats.
Yes, it is.
So they start the whistle for play, and the clock's running. 2:30 to play. It's 14-0. Mustangs lead. They're at the Skyview 34-yard line. 3rd down and 3.
Man, if you're the Bobcat defense, you got to answer the call here. You almost think Mountain Crest is going to take 2 downs to get this, too.
Oh, for sure. So you've got 3 receivers to the short side of the field, 1 to the left. They hand off to Aaron Bell. He tries to find a hole. He bounces forward. I think he initially didn't have it on the first hit. Oh, and he's near the 1st down. He's short. So they give him a yard is all as he got spun around, and now a timeout. Skyview on the 1-yard rush by Aaron Bell brings up about 4th and 2 for the Mustangs. We'll keep it here. But 6 play of the drive that is coming up. 5:01 is when they started this drive. The 6 play of the drive coming up 4th and 2 with 1:56 left, Rex. Skyview with 2 timeouts. The Mustangs won. The Bobcats will get the ball to receive in the start of the second half, but their offense has gone 3 and out on 3 straight possessions.
Yeah, and it's just been absolutely stagnant, but okay, the defense has to answer the call here. This timeout it's good for Skyview because they're able to settle in and say, hey, what do we think is going to happen here? We got to defend against that, but it also plays into Mountain Crest's favor a little bit too. Hey, it's 4th and 2. What do we got drawn up? What can we pull out to get this crucial 2 yards, and if nothing else, just keep this clock running because there's less than 2 minutes before halftime. You're up 14 on the road in the playoffs.
So the Skyview Bobcats, they want to be aggressive, but that D-line has got to watch the ball. You don't want an offsides and give them a first down via the penalty. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right on 4th and 2. Muir takes it. He's going to fake the handoff. He throws it. It's knocked down. The Bobcats get the stop they needed defensively. Who is it?
Jace Lillywhite, right? I mean, he's kind of been the hero here for Skyview. There hasn't been a lot going their way, but man, has Lillywhite came to play. He's got 44 tackles, 3 interceptions on the season, and that was a huge play when they needed it for the Skyview defense.
So turnover on downs with 1:53. That's big because it's just those quick passes by Mountain Crest that's gotten Skyview all night. So the Skyview, from their own 33 in 2 timeouts, they trail 14-0 with 1:53. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left for Clark. He sends Xander Stokes out of the backfield. They snap it. Clark throws complete at the 40 to the 45, and near midfield is Oxborough. So 33 to the 50, not quite, so 16 yards. First down for Oxborough and the Bobcats. They throw it. He's got a man downfield, complete, down the sideline, 35-30, 20, 15, 10, 5, inside the 5, down to the 3. The Bobcats throw it downfield, down to the 2-yard line is Stokes. So 49 yards on that pass play. First and goal, Bobcats. They turn around, handoff to the running back, and he is in. Is that Stokes?
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Skyview hadn't done absolutely anything all half, and then in 30 seconds, 32 to be exact, Skyview's into the end zone. So a 49-yard pass to Stokes, I believe down the sideline. And then that was the first down to the 2, and then Stokes took it in. So now on the extra point is Pedro de Quadros. Snap back. They fake it. Stokes back to pass. He throws. It's tipped. Incomplete. I'm not sure if he bobbled the snap or what.
I was writing stuff down, and as I looked up, it just looked like total chaos there.
Well, that was a big turn of events there. Skyview gets the pass knocked down by Lillywhite on 4th and 2. Turnover on downs, and then 32 seconds later, Skyview's into the end zone, but they can't convert the extra point, so it's 14-6 Mountain Crest with 1:21 in the half. But Skyview's got a heartbeat, if you will, now.
Yeah, I mean, that missed extra point there, if you want to call it that, or failed conversion there on that extra point, might end up being big later in the game. But man, to get something on the board before half, all you got to do is come out for 1:21 and hold this Mountain Crest offense, and then you get the ball back and you get to go try again. And I mean, Liam Guthrie doesn't have a single target in this game. Ballard doesn't have a single target in this game. There's only been 2 receivers in Stokes and Oxborough, and now maybe Jack Clark's kind of starting to settle in here. He's hit 2 passes in a row and starting to get his feet under him.
Well, Skyview will kick it away. That's De Quadros. It's a short kick. It'll be returned at the 15. Up to the 20. It's Clements to the 30. He's got some blocks. He's still on his feet across the 35, near the 40-yard line. Before he's knocked down, they're going to mark him right at the 40-yard line. A good return for Clements from the 15.
Yeah, it was really good patience by Clements. He's normally a speedster is how I view him. He's just a vertical threat, but man, really patient there, let things set up and just kind of took what Skyview gave him.
So 2 timeouts for Skyview, 1 Mountain Crest, 14-6 Mountain Crest with 1:13 from their own 40. As Skyview, you're wondering if they didn't have a heartbeat there, as they had nothing going, and then all of a sudden, as they'd gone 3 and out on 3 straight possessions in the first half, and then on their 4th one, they got the things rolling. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right for Muir on 1st and 10 for the Mustangs. Takes a snap. He's back to pass. He lets it throw quick to Flippance. He's got a blocker, Egbert, out there, and he gets to the out end line there. The clock will stop. So they get it quickly to Flippance for, 2 yards to the 42.
4 different receivers for Muir on the night after that catch by Flippance.
So 2nd and 8 coming up for the Mustangs. From their own 42, clock stopped with 1:06 as Flippance was able to get out of bounds and conserve that last time out. Twin receivers to each side. Takes the snap. He runs the draw to Aaron Bell, and he's tripped up and taken down. Timeout called by Skyview after the 2-yard gain there to the 44.
That's a big tackle by Tyson Bradley coming up and just meeting Aaron Bell one-on-one and bringing him down right in the middle of the field.
Yeah, that was a draw as Muir took it for a couple of seconds, and then the handoff to Aaron Bell, and like you said, Bradley just able to make the tackle there. Want to thank Planet Fitness. Get energy without the punishment. Join the judgment-free zone for just $15 a month. Planet Fitness, big fitness energy for all. They bring you Mustang football on 107.7 FM KLZX. And again, your video experience on CashValleyDaily.com is powered by Adams Wealth Advisors. Want to thank Trevor Jellum running the camera for us again tonight. 14-6. Mustangs with the lead in the first half. 59.9 seconds left on the clock. And Skyview will get the ball to receive in the second half. Big 3rd down and 6 here. Each team with 1 timeout. Ball is at their own 44. 2 receivers to each side for Muir. They send a man in motion. That's Flippance. He fakes the fly sweep. Back to pass. Muir's got plenty of time. He lets it fly. He's got Olsen out there. It is complete. No, intercepted. They're going to say he's down. No, they say intercepted. The Bobcats intercepted. Who was that?
It's Oxborough, Andrew Oxborough.
Andrew Oxborough with the interception as they were trying to find Olsen as the receiver or the referee came in. I thought he was going to say he was down, but he says interception with 49.8 seconds. The Bobcats will have the ball.
It's a crazy play because Olsen is the one that goes up and possesses that ball. Olsen has that ball in his hands, but on the way down, Oxborough must have wrestled that thing out of his hands, and then referee sees, hey, Skyview's got the ball, not Mountain Crest. So that's an interception.
Skyview only took 23 seconds last time to score. They've got 49.8 and a timeout.
Sideline warning, it looks like.
Okay, so the Mustangs get the penalty there, but it's just a sideline warning. If they get one more, then they'll mark off yards. So
which we have seen this season.
So Skyview linemen, a couple linemen started moving. I think the ref moved the ball too, but so now he moves it back to the 13 where the interception happened. 3 receivers to the right, the wide side of the field to the east for Clark. 1 to the left, back to pass is Clark. He throws, and we're blocked out, so I can't see what happened. It was to Ballard. It's complete.
Yep.
And he must have gotten out of bounds. So 8 yards for Ballard. 2nd down and 2. They throw at Clark, complete on a wide receiver screen to Ballard, but the Mustangs read it perfectly. No gain. Clock will run. And now a timeout, Skyview with 35.4 seconds. I think no gain on that one. Huerta with the tackle. Yeah, Puma is very active. So at the 21, and no gain on that pass play to Ballard. So Ballard back-to-back catches. But Skyview's got no more timeouts with 35.4 seconds. 14-6 Mustangs lead. Skyview will get the ball to start the second half. But the Andrew Oxborough interception at the 13, and then the 8-yard pass to Ballard on first down, then no gain on second down, so it's 3rd down and 2 from the 21 on a chilly November 1st here in Smithfield. So let's see what the Bobcats do here. The Mustangs still have one timeout as well. So 3 receivers to the right for the Bobcats, 1 to the left. Stokes in the backfield with Clark as the referee hasn't whistled the play active, and there it is. So awaiting the snap on 3rd and 2 for the Bobcats. Back to passes Clark. He throws it out there quickly. It's complete, and they get out of bounds. Is that Ballard again? It is. Yeah. So they mark it from the 21 up to the 30. We'll give him 9 for the first as Skyview gets up there quickly. The clock is stopped. So 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line after the 9-yard pass play to Ballard.
Jack Clark's starting to get rolling here, too.
31.5 on the clock. No timeouts for Skyview. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. The ball's on the left hash. Clark takes the snap, back to pass, looking. Now he rolls to the right side. Now he throws over the middle, tipped and incomplete.
Man,
he was looking for Guthrie, passing across the field, and it was tipped at the last second, and then there was 3 Mustangs there diving for the ball, but couldn't come up with it.
Yeah, that's a risky play, but I mean, with less than 30 seconds left, you got a lot of turf in front of you. You got to take some risks here moving the ball down the field.
Yeah, that was at the Mustang 45. That would have stopped the clock momentarily. Now it's stopped because of the incompletion. Same formation for Clark on 2nd and 10. Takes the snap. Back to pass. The rush comes late. Clark throws. He's got a man out there. It's complete across the 40 of the Mustangs. That's Ballard. Takes a big hit by Buste. $32 yards on the pass play. 13 seconds. Skyview clocks it. And the flag comes out with 10 seconds.
That is interesting.
So a 32-yard pass play to Ballard, who took a big shot by Buste.
This has to be a false start, I'm guessing, here for them to throw the flag.
Well, now they're discussing, as the umpire threw the flag, now they're discussing with everyone except one linesman who comes in. I guess he wanted to get invited to dinner too, so he comes in late.
So it's an intentional grounding penalty, because what happened, John, is that was actually a fumbled snap, and then he threw it forward. So he's going to get an intentional grounding penalty, which is going to be a loss of down on the play as well.
So Skyview gets the 5 yards.
Or maybe it doesnst count as a loss of down. I thought that would be a loss of down.
So there's 10 seconds on the clock. Skyview's got the ball at the 43-yard line. They take it. Clark back to pass. The blitz is on. He lets it go. Incomplete. It's incomplete with 4.9. As they went right down the seam, Buste had a chance. I don't even think the receiver was looking, though, for the Bobcats.
Yeah, just something a little off there on that route. But luckily for Skyview, it falls incomplete. Buste has had a couple that have been pretty close to getting picked here.
Well, and that was a play like Skyview rushed that play, and they didn't need to because the clock was stopped. So 4.9 seconds, 14-6 here in the first half. Mustangs lead. You got 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, and now the Mustangs call timeout. Coach Visser wants to make sure that his defense talks it over. You don't want something that like the Commanders game and the Bears, right? Here at the end of the half.
Yeah, you don't want anything crazy going on there. But, hey, John, where would you take a junk vehicle? I know I'd be hitting up D&D Auto Salvage. Their Cache Valley is #1 place to get the most money for junk vehicles and scrap metal. Pickup is available. All you got to do is call 787-1204. There's no job too big for D&D Auto Salvage.
Well, they bring you high school sports here on 107.7 FM KLZX as well as 106.9 FM The Fan. Again, the winner of this game will play the winner of Provo and Dixie. Provo the 2 seed, Dixie the 18 seed. Dixie took an early 13-0 lead, and then Provo scored 20 unanswered points, and they led at the half 20-13. We'll get you some score updates here at the half. But 4.9 seconds on the clock, no timeouts left for either team. 14-6 Mustangs. And they snap it, and there's a false start on the Bobcats. As time went off the clock, they should add it back, but we'll see. Skyview with the false start. Mountain Crest hasn't had a penalty in the first half because that one was just a warning. Yep. So they're going to add some clock as they come up here. There's 3.4 right now. And I think they're going to put it back to... Well,
they got to do 4.9,
4.9, I think.
Yeah, there they go.
Okay, so 4.9 on the clock. They get it corrected as Jack Clark came to the sideline to get the play call. So the ball is at after the false start, 48-yard line of the Mustangs with 4.9 seconds on the clock. Clark takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to Bird. Bird up the middle, and that's going to do it. That's going to end the half. As they let's count the yardage, though. Where do they mark it? 49 to the 39. We'll give him 10 yards. So Bird gets the 10 yards. We don't want to discount those for him individually, but 10 yards on the rush there, and Skyview ends the half with the 10-yard rush to Bird, and the Mustangs make the tackle. So at the half here in this second-round playoff game, it's 14 for the Mustangs, 6 for the Bobcats. We'll take a break and be back right after this.
Keep your car running its best with help from Napa Auto Parts. Need a new battery or wiper blades? Napa features the best brands and can even help with battery or wiper blade installation right there on the spot. Locally owned from Preston to Providence, Napa Auto Parts.
Preston Watts Collision and Glass has been your #1 resource for collision repair and auto glass. We specialize in windshield repairs. Competitive prices, call Preston Watts Collision and Glass at 563-3215. We do it right.
Old Gristmill on South Main Logan, 4th North Logan, and now Smithfield offer Cache Valley that famous lunch special and natural bread baked the right way. Get your made-to-order lunch or baked goods at Cache Valley's Best of Northern Utah gold-winning bakery. The Old Gristmill, here for you.
When a client walks into the office, I want them to feel like they have a team that is full-time working for them.
We really start from the ground up, setting our goals, understanding your situation, and then building the plan to maximize that quality of life.
Visit Adams Wealth Advisors.
Reactive Physical Therapy will show you what actions you can take to create the reaction you desire. Reactive Physical Therapy in Providence and North Logan. Call 435-535-3677 or reactivephysicaltherapy.com.
They really can put your logo on just about anything. That's what they do at the Logo Shop. Businesses, teams, booster clubs, school organizations, call the Logo Shop and have them show you the possibilities. The Logo Shop, committed to schools, teams, and youth groups.
Searching for copiers and printers? Les Olson IT has what you need. Find reliable HP printers, award-winning Sharp copiers, and high-end Ricoh graphic systems.
Les Olson IT.
Make it 3 years in a row. Advanced Heating and AC is honored to be Best of Northern Utah Gold Medalist. Thank you for your support and vote of confidence in their company. Advanced Heating and AC online at advancedheating-ac.com.
From what's happening in local political elections, to breaking news, to photo galleries and replays of the latest games. If it's happening in our community, it's on CacheValleyDaily.com and the Cache Valley Daily app. Local, relevant news on CacheValleyDaily.com.
At Planet Fitness, you'll get energy without the judgment.
Hi, can you help me with this? This is better.
Join the judgment-free zone today for $15 a month. Planet Fitness. Big fitness energy for all.
Insurance.
Are you kidding me? However, Lana Powell's State Farm Insurance makes buying insurance a little less painful. Call 752-7639 for a quick quote.
The Mountain Crest Booster Club encourages you to support the sponsors that support the Mustangs. Scabelin Roofing, Pool Orthodontics, Reed's Pharmacy, Airbound Gymnastics, Blue Water Construction, Mitco Landscaping, and Ridley's Market. To join the Mountain Crest Booster Club, contact the Mountain Crest Athletic Department and support the sponsors that support the Mustangs.
Great Basin Graphics has quality screen printing, detailed embroidery, and award-winning graphic designers. The right look, the right design, the perfect fit. Get noticed with GBG. Get your order in today for spring products. Google Great Basin Graphics for screen printing and embroidery. 966 West 400 North in Logan.
DD Auto and Salvage is going to pay you the most for junk vehicles. Get rid of your junk vehicles today. Pickup is available. DD Auto and Salvage in Logan. Call 787-1204. That's 787-1204 today. See store for details.
Keep your car running its best with help from Napa Auto Parts. Need a new battery or wiper blades? Napa features the best brands and can even help with battery or wiper blade installation right there on the spot. Locally owned from Preston to Providence. Napa Auto Parts.
It's halftime here in Smithfield. Second round of the playoffs here in the 4A classification. It's the visitors, the Mountain Crest Mustangs, 14, the Skyview Bobcats, 6 here at the half. John Newbold, Rex Davis with you, Trevor Gillum running the camera for us. And last time these two teams met in the regular season, the Bobcats led 17-7 at the half. But the Bobcats do have the ball to start the second half, as they won the coin flip and deferred for the second half. But in that first half, it was the Mustangs that got things going. They took the opening kickoff, and from their own 33, they had a 10-play drive. It was a 4th down and 11 play that the Mustangs, and I don't have the time written down, but it was around 8 minutes, but at 4th down and 11, they have a 40-yard pass, 40-yard TD pass to Clements on 4th and 11 as he was open. He beat the receiver. I don't know, the defender just wasn't ready or what happened, but Clements got past him, got open, broke a tackle at the 10, and ran into the end zone, and the Mustangs led 7-0. The Bobcats went 3 and out on their first possession. Then Mountain Crest went 3 and out. Skyview went 3 and out on their second possession, and the Mustangs got the ball back at their own 37 with 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. They had an 11-yard pass play to Olson, and then Muir hit Bust that was a 20-yard run by Bust on a 4th down. And as he rolled out to the right side to punt, Skyview didn't cover. Bust saw the green, and he ran it up the sideline for 20 yards and the first down. And then they had a 17-yard pass to Passy on a long play, and then a 2-yard run by Muir. And the Mustangs led 14-0 with 6:11 in the first half as they really controlled the clock. Skyview went 3 and out again. Then Mountain Crest, with 5 minutes to go in the half, wasted some time. There was a pass interference call that got him a first down. Then they had a 10-yard pass to Olson. Then a 1-yard rush to Arambell, an incomplete pass on 4th down, and it was a turnover on downs with 1:53 left. And just like that, in 32 seconds, Skyview had a 16-yard pass to Oxborough. They hurried up to the line, and down the sideline, there was a 49-yard pass as he hit Stokes. Clark did, and he ran down the sideline for 49 yards, down to the 2, and then Stokes got the handoff from 2 yards and scored for the Bobcats with 1:21, and it was 14-6. Then Mountain Crest got the ball back. Andrew Oxborough with an interception. Skyview had no timeouts left and 50 seconds as they got down there, but then they had a 5-yard penalty for a false start, and then there was that play where maybe that was the play. I just wrote it down wrong. Not a false start, but Clark fumbled it.
Yeah.
And then he tried to spike it, and he did, but they called intentional grounding at that point. So it knocked the Bobcats back. Anyway, they ended up just running the ball. I mean, because they did get inside the 35, and it looked like they had a shot, but then those penalties took them back to midfield, and they just ran a draw play to Bird, who got 10 yards, and that's the way the half ended, and that's where we're at. 14-6, Mountain Crest leading the Skyview Bobcats. Rex?
All right, John, these are our halftime stats. These are brought to you by Great Basin Graphics. They have custom t-shirts, detailed embroidery, and graphic designs that get your business noticed. Go to greatbasingraphics.com for more details. We'll start on the visiting side of things for the Mountain Crest Mustangs. Muir, 9 of 12 passing, 91 yards and a touchdown with 1 interception to go with that. Rushing the ball, Aaron Bell, 12 carries, 27 yards. Muir has the rushing touchdown. Flippins, 2 carries for 6 yards. Buist, 1 for 20, which was on the fake punt that they converted that 4th down on. Receiving the ball, Passey's been the favorite target so far, 4 catches for 27. Olsen, 3 catches for 22. Clements, 1 catch, but it was the big 40-yard touchdown bomb. Flippins, 1 catch for 2. And then over on the hometown Skyview Bobcat side of things, Clark started incredibly slow. Started 1 for 4 passing, and then he turned it on, John, and connected on 5 straight passes. Finished the half 7 of 12, 115 yards. Rushing the ball, Stokes has 5 for 14, 1 touchdown. He's really been held in check by this Mountain Crest defensive front. Bird, 1 carry for 10. Receiving the ball, Stokes, 2 for 50. Zach Oxborough, 1 for 16. Ballard, 3 for 49 yards. On the Skyview side of things, too, Satili Palmer has a sack. Jace Lillywhite with a tackle for a loss with a pass deflection that turned the ball over on downs for Skyview. And Andrew Oxborough with the INT off of the sophomore quarterback, Muir. And those are your halftime stats.
So some scores around the Valley. The Mountain Crest Booster Club brings you this score update. They want to thank the businesses who support the Mustangs. That's Karshner Homes, Eldon Dadich Towing, Little Wonders Learning Center, Cache Valley Nursery, and Big O Tires. Support the Mountain Crest Booster Club. But looking at scores around the Valley, Green Canyon leads Uinta 21-14. That was right before the half. And then Ridgeline was starting to run away with it. I think I saw, what was that score here? Last I saw for them.
Sorry, John, I'm trying to help you and find it.
That's all right. 38-7 over Hurricane. Some other scores. Again, the winner of this game plays the winner of Provo and Dixie. It was Dixie early, 13-0 over Provo, but Provo woke up, and they're at home, and they lead 28-13 now in the third quarter. Spanish Fork facing Salem Hills. The Bobcats, we saw them earlier. 21-7 Spanish Fork over Salem Hills in the second half. And Park City leading Bear River 14-0 in that matchup. So those are your scores brought to you by the Mountain Crest Booster Club. Again, we're here at halftime. It's the Mustangs 14, the Bobcats 6. We'll take a break and be back. You're listening to 4A second round action here of the football playoffs on The Fan as well as KLZX.
Keep your car running its best with help from Napa Auto Parts. Need a new battery or wiper blades? Napa features the best brands and can even help with battery or wiper blade installation right there on the spot. Locally owned from Preston to Providence. Napa Auto Parts.
Preston Watts Collision and Glass has been your #1 resource for collision repair and auto glass. We specialize in windshield repairs. Competitive prices, call Preston Watts Collision and Glass at 563-3215. We do it right.
Old Gristmill on South Main Logan, 4th North Logan, and now Smithfield offer Cache Valley that famous lunch special and natural bread baked the right way. Get your made-to-order lunch or baked goods at Cache Valley's Best of Northern Utah gold-winning bakery. The Old Gristmill, here for you.
When a client walks into the office, I want them to feel like they have a team that is full-time working for them.
We really start from the ground up, setting our goals, understanding your situation, and then building the plan to maximize that quality of life.
Visit Adams Wealth Advisors.
Reactive Physical Therapy will show you what actions you can take to create the reaction you desire. Reactive Physical Therapy in Providence and North Logan. Call 435-535-3677 or reactivephysicaltherapy.com.
They really can put your logo on just about anything. That's what they do at the Logo Shop. Businesses, teams, booster clubs, school organizations. Call the Logo Shop and have them show you the possibilities. The Logo Shop, committed to schools, teams, and youth groups.
Searching for copiers and printers? Les Olson IT has what you need. Find reliable HP printers, award-winning Sharp copiers, and high-end Ricoh graphic systems.
Les Olson IT.
Make it 3 years in a row. Advanced Heating and AC is honored to be Best of Northern Utah Gold Medalist. Thank you for your support and vote of confidence in their company. Advanced Heating and AC, online at advancedheating-ac.com.
From what's happening in local political elections, to breaking news, to photo galleries and replays of the latest games. If it's happening in our community, it's on CacheValleyDaily.com and the Cache Valley Daily app. Local, relevant news on CacheValleyDaily.com.
At Planet Fitness, you'll get energy without the judgment.
Hi, can you help me with this? This is better.
Join the judgment-free zone today for $15 a month. Planet Fitness, big fitness energy for all.
Insurance is exciting.
Are you kidding me? However, Lana Powell's State Farm Insurance makes buying insurance a little less painful. Call 752-7639 for a quick quote.
The Mountain Crest Booster Club encourages you to support the sponsors that support the Mustangs. Scabelin Roofing, Pool Orthodontics, Reed's Pharmacy, Airbound Gymnastics, Blue Water Construction, Midco Landscaping, and Ridley's Market. To join the Mountain Crest Booster Club, contact the Mountain Crest Athletic Department and support the sponsors that support the Mustangs.
Welcome back to Smithfield. 14-6 Mustangs lead the Bobcats, and a good crowd by both fan bases, but we're here at halftime. John Newbold, Rex Davis with you. Trevor Jellum run the camera for us, and we started this game around the high 40s. According to our meteorologist, it is now 41 degrees in Smithfield. And I can tell you, I know a lot of
That's
people.
When Trevor licks his finger and holds it up in the air. He gives us a number, and he's saying 41.
Well, I don't. It's a good thing we don't pay our meteorologists.
No,
they do it for free.
Don't. Yeah.
We do pay our cameraman, but not our meteorologist. That's all on their own. But I mean, what second half adjustments? Let's talk with the Bobcats. Like, what do they need to do on this opening drive of the second half when they get the ball? Because their Mustangs will be kicking off.
Right. Well, I think they started to kind of find it a little bit there, not necessarily on the last drive, but the previous drive before that. Let Jack Clark make some plays. Put some air under that ball, and let's see what can happen, because right now the run's not working. At halftime, Stokes has 5 carries for 14 yards, Bird 1 for 10, but it's just not working. And I can honestly kind of say the same on the Mountain Crest side of things. Outside of the fake punt that went for 20, the run's not really working there, but what Mountain Crest is doing is they're letting these quick hitter plays develop, and they're just getting it out of their quarterback's hands quickly. And I think that's what we need to see out of Skyview here, is have Jack Clark kind of get in rhythm here, get going in the second half.
What did you have for Guthrie in the first half?
0 targets.
Okay, 9 catches, 118 is what he had in the first matchup, so he has been shut down.
Not one single target.
So he did have 2 TDs in that first matchup of the win. So here we go. Lishman will be kicking off, going right to left. He'll be kicking off to the north as the Bobcats have 2 deep backs for this kickoff to start the second half. Lishman gets his foot into it and kicks it. It will be returnable at the 5. That's Ballard to the 10. He turns upfield. He's got a crease. He's across the 20, near the 25 on that far side of the field. And whenever it goes to the far side of the field, the lights here.
Yeah, we have to lean in. And
we never can tell.
Yeah,
we're usually off anyways, but we're way off anyway with that far side of the field.
The darker it gets outside, too, the just more impossible it gets to even place that ball.
Okay, so I think it's the 27 where Skyview will start this second half with 11:51. And 14-6, Mustangs lead. So Skyview starts on that left hash. They got a receiver to the left, 2 to the right, and Stokes leaves the backfield. Clark pump fakes. He's looking. Now the blitz comes, and they get the sack on the Bobcats.
I'm pretty sure it was Zion Folger that got the sack there for.
Yeah, they did say the senior. So the Bobcats had a double move, and it didn't work because no one was open. So that's a coverage sack, a huge loss for the Bobcats.
That's
second and long.
Definitely not how to get it going here in this second half, trailing at home.
Fake the handoff, throw over the middle, complete to Ballard as he snags it out of the air, and he's ripped down right at the 25 from the 16, a 9-yard pass play.
Man, I got to give Lincoln Ballard some credit. He knew he was taking a shot. He reached out there, didn't alligator arm it, strong hands catch, brought that thing into his body and held on.
So the Bobcats need to get to the 37. They're at the 25, so 3rd and 12 for the Bobcats. Twin receivers to each side. You've got Stokes in the backfield. 14-6 Mustangs. Winner will play the winner of Provo. And snap backs. Clark throws over the middle. Complete to Karen. 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10. Inside the 10, he's ripped out of bounds as Karen took it out of the air there at midfield. And he went inside the 10.
Wow, what a play by Cooper Carroll. What a strike by Jack Clark. This is what we wanted to see, John. We wanted to see a little air under that ball, and we got it. Then it's going to be Stokes up the middle for a very minimal gain there offensively for Skyview.
Big play to Karen. I have no idea, Rex.
Okay.
So just write that down. So Skyview.
I have no
first and goal at the 6, so 2-yard rush on first and goal to Stokes. It's at the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal for the Bobcats. Wow, what a play on.
Oh, just big time.
Big
time.
Play. That was it was over 55. I think it was about 60 yards or so.
That sounds better than I don't know.
They turn, they throw, complete to Guthrie. He dives forward. He's cracked and shoved back at the 1. He took a big hit as he dove for the end zone.
That is such a good job by this Mountain Crest defense. Guthrie was giving everything. He was diving for that goal line, but Mountain Crest denied him.
So from the 1-yard line, Stokes handoff. He is not in. They're going to mark him at the half-yard line. 4th down. So he got 1 yard there. Skyview 4th and goal at the half-yard line, it looks like to us. They get up there. Clark under center, goes forward. He is in. Touchdown, Skyview. So 8:58, Skyview's in on a 1-yard plunge is what we give him. TD, 1-yard rush by Clark.
Yeah, that's 2 rushing touchdowns. There for Clark, I believe, yeah.
So 14 for Mountain Crest, Skyview 12. They'll probably go for 2 here. So a formation we haven't seen. Clark back to pass. Now he rolls to the right side. He's got pressure. He throws. Caught to Guthrie, the 2-point conversion. There's no flags, so it will stand. Skyview gets the 1-yard TD, and then the 2-point conversion to Guthrie as they kind of lined up in a double wing formation or something that we haven't seen all season for that, and then fake the handoff, and then the initial read by Clark I don't think was there. He rolled out to the right. He had pursuit behind him by Mustangs, and he finds Guthrie in the corner of the end zone for the 2-point conversion.
Yeah, it took the words right out of my mouth, John. I was going to say the key play that happened, or part of that play, was Jack Clark saying, hey, first option's not there, maybe even second option wasn't there. I'm going to make something happen, roll over here. Guthrie's going to get open. We got a 2-point conversion here, and we got ourselves a ball game, partner. 14-14 in the second half of this 4A playoff game here.
So 14-14, Skyview, it took a third down play by Karen that was over 60 yards, who snagged it out of the air. It was 3rd and long, and they get the conversion there, and we're tied up, 14 apiece, as Skyview will kick it away by De Quadros.
Just feels right, doesn't it?
And he pooches it up there. It's a live ball. It bounces. It's a short kick at the 30, and he's taken down at the 35, 36-yard line.
That's a good play by Zion Folger there. He very alertly jumped on that thing and hung on to it there, because if he doesn't grab that thing, that's kind of dangerous for the Mustangs. It just feels right, though, doesn't it? It was what I was getting at. It's saying De Quadros kicking off. I mean,
Calebe's younger brother, Pedro. So at the 37-yard line, Mountain Crest, their own 37, 14-14, the 8:23, the clock shouldn't be running, and it is. Now it's stopped at 8:21, but one receiver to each side for Muir. He turns, he hands it off to Aaron Bell, and he's stuck by Lillywhite and taken down in the backfield. Is that 1 yard loss to Aaron Bell?
Man, that's a big-time play there by Jace Lillywhite. He has really shown up defensively. He's got that big pass deflection, a tackle for a loss, and now let's add another tackle for a loss onto that stat sheet.
Third quarter, under 8 minutes to go, 14-14. Flippance comes in for Folger into the huddle as Folger goes to the sideline. So 2nd and 11, now Muir runs into the huddle with the play call, the sophomore. So it's the left hash, 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. Muir takes the snap. He's going to fake the handoff. The blitz is on by Dickey. He throws. Muir throws out there. He's got a man. Incomplete over the head. Is that Clements out there, but incomplete.
Yeah, it was Clements, but hey, I got to give Aaron Bell a shout out real quick. Dickey came off the edge on a cornerback blitz, and it is on the Muir's blind side. He has no idea that's coming. Aaron Bell steps up, takes the shot from Dickey, and he's the reason why that thing's able to just fall incomplete, not be a sack.
So 7:26 left here in the third quarter, 14-14. And 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Skyview crowd actually has something to cheer for. They fake the handoff. Lillywhite's in there, and he sacks him. The ball's loose. Are they calling that a fumble? Skyview picks it up and falls down to the 20. It is. It's a sack by Lillywhite, but he forces the fumble. Skyview's in business.
And that's recovered by Malcolm Young, too. Jace Lillywhite is taking this game over from a linebacker position. That is so hard to do. And he's absolutely doing it. 2 tackles for a loss. Big pass deflection on 4th down. Forced fumble in the backfield here. I mean, he is an early front runner for the player of the game if on the Skyview side of things, John, because, man, Lillywhite came here to play. He does not want to go home. He wants to keep playing in these playoffs.
7:17 left in the third. Skyview's at the Mountain Crest 20. 14-14, they turn around, hand off to Stokes. And he's chopped in half. He gets positive yards and then gets cut in half as he goes on the right side for about 3 or 4.
Let's see where they end up spotting that bad boy. Looks like 3, doesn't it?
Yep. So 3 yards on that. 2nd and 7 for the Bobcats at the 17. They turn around. They're going to throw. They throw it quickly, complete. I think that's Guthrie out there, still on his feet. Now he's knocked out of bounds on the far side of the field, but we're not sure where. So Flippins knocks him out of bounds. It'll bring up a third down for the Bobcats. They're going to be short. So 5 yards there. Well, it's about 4. Clark throws. It's tipped and maybe intercepted. I can't tell. Is it incomplete?
No, it fell incomplete there.
Okay.
Adrian Garfias was in position there, but luckily for Skyview, that thing just falls to the ground.
I'm going to give Guthrie 4 yards and then incomplete. It brings up a 4th down. I think we'll see if Skyview is going to go for it or if they're going to kick.
Well, they got Pedro de Cuadros. We were seeing him in warm-ups. We were actually kind of excited because we heard Brannick Jameson might not be here to kick, but hey, you send de Cuadros in, and clearly the coaching staff trusts him.
So this is a 30-yard attempt from the left hash. Snap back. Stokes gets it down. De Cuadros puts it up, and it's good. So Pedro, I called him Calebe just to force a habit, but Pedro de Cuadros for 3, and it's 17-14 Bobcats after the Lily White turnover and Malcolm Young recovery. 6:39 left in the third. We'll take a break and be back right after this.
Keep your car running its best with help from Napa Auto Parts. Need a new battery or wiper blades? Napa features the best brands and can even help with battery or wiper blade installation right there on the spot. Locally owned from Preston to Providence. Napa Auto Parts.
Preston Watts Collision and Glass has been your #1 resource for collision repair and auto glass. We specialize in windshield repairs. Competitive prices, call Preston Watts Collision and Glass at 563-3215. We do it right.
So after the turnover, Skyview cashes it in, a 30-yard field goal by Pedro de Cuadros, the sophomore. It was 6:39 here in the third quarter. So Skyview kicks it away. It's going to bounce again. Folger picks it up at the 30, and he's clobbered there at the 35. I think it was Folger that picked that up.
Yeah, it was. Honestly, kind of the same thing that I was saying last time is that, it's just a heads-up play there by Folger to get that ball and not let it bounce past him, being the up man. Well, now it's Mountain Crest's turn, John. They got to come back out here, and the momentum is kind of shifting back Skyview. This is the beautiful thing about high school football is that momentum is just so fluent, and Mountain Crest has to try to get some of that back.
So here goes Muir. He's going to toss it back. That's a lateral. Ooh. And it's Flippins, I think, and he's up the field, and it was a lateral, so we'll count it as a rush, not a pass, as he gets up from the 35-yard line. Near the 40, they're going to give him 4 yards to the 39.
That is such a good catch by Thompson Flippins because that thing is up above his helmet, John, and he's able to kind of corral that thing up on top of his head, and because that would have been devastating for Mountain Crest if that thing ends up being a fumble.
So they break the huddle, 2nd and 6 from their own 39. Skyview leads 17-14. They've scored the last 17 points. 2 receivers to each side. The running back is now on the right hip of Muir. Takes the snap, handoff up the middle. First down and more. I think that's Aaron Bell as he's up to midfield, as he would not go down. He's got 11 yards if it's right at the 50, and he does. So 11 yards for Aaron Bell up the middle.
Good hard running by Aaron Bell there. He's got 14 carries, 37 yards on the ground tonight for the Mustangs.
I think anytime Aaron Bell hits the hole, it's a tough run, right?
Yeah.
He's such a big back. 5.5 to go in the third, 17-14 Skyview. Mountain Crest led early 14-0. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Aaron Bell in the backfield with Muir on 1st and 10. They take the snap. They throw it quickly out to Olson. He is taken down by Dickey, maybe a yard. Nope, they're going to say right at the sticks at the 50. No gain on that pass play to Olson.
That's a good play by Alex Dickey coming up and knowing, hey, this kid is much bigger than me. I'm just going to grab some legs and bring him down. He did a great job on that play.
Yeah, tried that quick hitter that they have done, the wide receiver screen. So right at midfield, Skyview still leading 17-14 now after the 30-yard Pedro de Cuadros field goal. Twin receivers to each side. 2nd down and 10 for the Mustangs. Muir goes on a hard count. Now he puts Aaron Bell on his left hip. Takes the snap, handoff to Aaron Bell up the middle. Big hole to the 45. He spins, and he's going to get right at the marker at the 40. 10 yards for Aaron Bell. First down.
Big time run by Aaron Bell. Skyview brings a linebacker blitz on that play, John, but it ended up kind of working out in Mountain Crest's favor because he blows past Aaron Bell, and then he's able to get downfield and get a nice positive gain there. Move the chains.
Aaron Bell, when he went through the line, he kind of got off center there and kind of spun around, lost his balance, but dove for the first down and got it at the Skyview 40. Same formation, twin receivers to each side. Aaron Bell on the left hip of Muir. Now Passy comes in tighter on that right side. Takes the snap, handoff to Aaron Bell, makes a juke move to the left side as the hole wasn't there. It was closed quickly, and so he jump stopped to the left and only gained a yard.
Yeah, and when he jump stopped, there was big Satili Palmer there to make the play defensively for the Bobcats.
So Aaron Bell for 1 yard, 2nd and 9 at the Skyview 39. 3:34 here in the third. It's 17-14 Skyview. Again, winner will play the winner of Provo and Dixie, and Provo was up big in the second half, or at least double digits.
They are rotating some safety help over here for Clemens.
A receiver to each side. They turn around, hand off to Aaron Bell, right side. He's trying to get around Lillywhite, and he can't as Lillywhite takes him down. Probably a half-yard loss, but we'll say no gain.
And Jace Lillywhite again, John, just...
Aaron Bell, the thing with Aaron Bell, too, he's a big back, but he's got some speed, and it just...
Yeah.
Lillywhite's able to get there step for step, it seems like, all night.
Yeah, well, we've seen Jace Lillywhite playing the varsity level here for Skyview for a few years now, and this is kind of what he's done his whole time here at Skyview. Is he's just kind of found his way to the ball and made big plays when they need him.
3rd down and 9 for the Mustangs. 17-14 Skyview here in the third quarter. 2 receivers to each side. Muir takes a snap, back to pass, looking, he throws, and it's batted down?
Yeah.
Is that Jace again?
That's Malcolm Young.
Oh, Malcolm Young knocks it down.
Yeah.
So incomplete, and it'll bring up 4th and 9. I believe the Mustangs will go for it because you're not going to kick a field goal. It'd be over 50 yards, but you're from the 39. But maybe they do punt? Let's see. They're all huddling up there on the sidelines. 4th and 9 with the clock stopped in the third quarter. 2:29 left. 17-14 Skyview, and Buste is coming out with the punt team. Ballard goes back to his own 5. Buste did fake a punt earlier. Let's see what they do here for the Mustangs on 4th and 9.
Yeah, and I think Skyview's got to keep contained. Do not let Buste roll out on this punt.
So he gets the snap. He's back. He just kicks it straight up in the air, and it's short, and it will take a couple bounces and takes a Mustang bounce finally and get inside the 20, and I think around the 18 or 17-yard line.
So, John, for Muir's last 4 pass attempts, he's been stuck at 91 yards on 15 attempts. He had the interception, an incomplete, a gain of 0, and then an incomplete. So, see if Jack Clark can get things going. He's got 129 yards on 14 pass attempts. The big one, the 49-yarder to Stokes, but looked a little stagnant on that last one, I would say.
1st and 10 Bobcats with the lead from their 18, 2:18 here in the third, 17-14 Skyview. They turn around, they fake the handoff, they throw. Oxborough goes to the ground, and I think they're going to call it complete. That was Oxborough, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's definitely Oxborough, Zach Oxborough on the reception there. But the corners for Mountain Crest were really given a big cushion on that play.
7 yards to Oxborough to the 25. Skyview hurries up. They throw it quickly again to Guthrie. Guthrie looking for a block. He can't find it. Oh, as he went to the turf. I thought, it must have just been a shoulder pad. I thought it might be a face mask as his helmet turned, but it's going to be a short gain to Guthrie of 2. And it will be about 3rd and 1 for the Bobcats.
Well, John, we wanted to see Guthrie get involved in this offense in the second half, and that's what we're seeing.
Clock down to 1:30 in the third. Third and short for the Bobcats, 3rd and 1. They need to get to the 28. They're at their own 27. Clark tried to get him with a hard count. Nobody flinched on that D-line, so now looks to the sideline. Waiting for the snap. He takes it. He fakes the handoff. He throws complete on a slant. I think that's Ballard. So from the 27, it's a first down to the 33. So 6 yards on the pass to Ballard for the first. Keeps this drive alive. Skyview hurries up. They throw again. Incomplete. A miscommunication nearly picked off there by the defender. Oh, Oxborough, I didn't see him. He was on the ground, and that's why it was nearly picked off. Incomplete.
Yeah, the ball's kind of behind him, and he slips. And
see, I didn't see the receiver on the ground. I just saw the player going out. So 2nd and 10, Bobcats with 57 seconds at their own 33. They lead 17-14. 3 receivers to the left. 1 to the right, that's Guthrie on the short side of the field, and they kind of roll over the safety on that side. Turn around, fake the handoff. Clark pulls it down. Now he's going to run. He's to the 35, the 40. Gets a block from Guthrie, and he runs out of bounds at the sticks. I think he's got the first. He doesn't get the well, does he get the spot? It was 2nd and 10.
Yeah, they're moving the chains. They put him right at it.
Okay, yeah, it looked like he went out. So 10 yards by Clark on the rush. Got a block there by Guthrie. Stops the clock as he got out of bounds. They're up to the 40. 3rd down and 1, so geez. It's only 9.
He was motioning to move the chains the far.
So 3rd and 1. So 3 receivers to the left. They fooled us. 9 yards there.
Well, he was motioning to move.
Oh, okay.
That's what I thought. But
3 receivers to the left. They turn around. They hand off to Stokes. He busted outside 45. He's got the first down in near midfield. So from the 42 to the 49, they give him 7 for the first down. So now, Kai Kaha on the tackle for the Mustangs.
Yeah, we are big Kai Kaha fans.
7-yard rush by Stokes. 1st and 10, Bobcats at the 49. They send Stokes out of the backfield. Now they're going to throw to him. He catches it, gets up the field for about 2 yards into Mustang territory at the 49. Great tackle there by the Mustangs as they swarm to the football. So 2 yards on the pass play to Stokes as he left the backfield. Skyview doesn't need to run another play. We'll see if they do. Clock down to 9 seconds. 2nd down and 8. Clock running down to 6, down to 5. They lead 17-14. I don't think they need to run a play. And they're not going to, Rex. So that's the end of the 3rd quarter. And at the end of the 3rd quarter, Skyview leads 17-14. We'll take a break and be back with the start of the 4th quarter right after this.
Keep your car running its best with help from Napa Auto Parts. Need a new battery or wiper blades? Napa features the best brands and can even help with battery or wiper blade installation right there on the spot. Locally owned from Preston to Providence. Napa Auto Parts.
Preston Watts Collision and Glass has been your #1 resource for collision repair and auto glass. We specialize in windshield repairs. Competitive prices, call Preston Watts Collision and Glass at 563-3215. We do it right.
Old Gristmill on South Main Logan, 4th North Logan, and now Smithfield offer Cache Valley that famous lunch special and natural bread baked the right way. Get your made-to-order lunch or baked goods at Cache Valley's Best of Northern Utah gold-winning bakery. The Old Gristmill, here for you.
When a client...
Start of the 3rd quarter, start of the 4th quarter, 17-14 Skyview. They've got a 2nd and 8 here from the Mountain Crest 49. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Clark fakes the handoff. He throws complete to Ballard. Flag comes flying. I think it's going to be lineman downfield.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, big 79 for Skyview there. Took off down the field a little too early, drifting D-hack there.
So Ballard caught it, got up to the 35. It would have been a big gain of 14 or 15, but it's going to come back. So ineligible receiver downfield from the 49. We'll take it back. to the 46-yard line, still second down. It's now back in Skyview territory, though. So from their own 46, couple receivers to the right, one to the left. Got a tight end in there. Clark takes it. He's going to hand it off to Bird, I believe. And Bird pushes that pile forward to about the 49-48 of the Mustangs. So they get the 5 yards. Is that Bird, though?
Yeah, it is.
So Bird gets 6. They actually mark him at the 48. So Bird, a good push there for 6 yards. It will be 3rd and 7 for the Bobcats at the 48 of the Mustangs. Twin receivers to each side. Bird in the backfield with Clark. Just the start of the fourth quarter here. 17-14 Skyview.
How cool is this? Clements versus Guthrie at the bottom of the screen here.
Takes a snap. Clark back to pass. Looking. He throws. He's got a man. Picked. No, it's complete. Oh, my goodness. Holy cow. I thought it was picked off by Bust.
I 100% thought that was picked off.
48 yards and a flag comes out late. So it's going to be a celebration. But who was that? Was that Ballard?
It's Cooper Karen.
Cooper Karen. Unbelievable. I thought it was picked off. So
I did too, John. I'm sitting here staring at, I think it was Buse that tried to make the play there, but I'm sitting here staring at him. And then my eyes pan to the left, and there's Cooper Karen.
He's running to the end zone. Yeah. 48 yards. Clark to Karen for the touchdown, and Skyview extends the lead 23-14 with 10:58. Oh, my goodness. When it looked like it was picked off, the safety Bust had a beat on it.
Oh, he did. I mean, he read it so perfectly that we both, I mean, neither one of us are that great at our job, but we both thought that thing was absolutely intercepted. And the next thing we know, Skyview's in the end zone.
We still get paid the same.
We do.
Unsportsmanlike on the Bobcats. So that will be huge, too. I mean, Mountain Crest has had great field position all night with the kicking, but what a celebration is Cooper Karen just snagged that out of the air when it looked like it was going the other way. So DeQuadros on for the extra point. Stokes the hold. Snap is back. Stokes gets it down. DeQuadros puts it through. It's good. So with 10:58 in the fourth quarter, we'll keep it here. Skyview extends the lead by 10, 24-14. We'll see if we can get some score updates here with other games going on. But what a play there as Skyview strikes on a 3rd and 8.
It looks like our last score update we have here is a Green Canyon score, John. That's going to be brought to you by the Logo Shop. They really can put your logo on just about anything. Businesses, teams, booster clubs, school organizations. Trust the Logo Shop. We logo stuff. Last score update we have here for Green Canyon looks like I'm guessing this is Green Canyon because it just says 42-14 now. 42-14 for Green Canyon over Uinta. And we have Ridgeline 45, Hurricanes 7 as the final in that game. Kind of a quick one there with a running clock going for the Ridgeline Riverhawks, the number 1 team in 4A.
Yeah, wouldn't expect anything different from the Green Canyon announcers when they send scores. We have no clue what's going on.
It just says 42-14 now, like no info. That has to be Green Canyon, though.
Well, they were ahead, so I'm guessing that's what it is. But so now the Skyview Bobcats, after the penalty, they kick it. It's a low-line drive. It's knocked down at the 40-yard line by Pickup, and he's still on his feet to the 45, to the midfield, and he's bumped out of bounds near midfield. They're going to say at the 49, or let's see, yep, the 49 is Skyview, so fantastic field position for the Mustangs, but again, that penalty for celebration by the Bobcats.
Yeah, you said it when it happened, John, that, that's costly, especially when you're missing your starting kicker and you're having a sophomore come in and kick for you, but that's great starting field position for Mountain Crest, and they got to cash in here, John. Fourth quarter, you're on the road, 10:50 left in this playoff game. You got to cash in here.
Well, Skyview was trailing 14-0. They've scored the last 24. They lead 24-14. Olsen in motion, right to left. Across the formation, Muir has it. Back to pass. Rushes on, and he goes down. I don't know. It's the Bobcat that got a hand on him.
I think it was
It's Mean Dean gets the sack.
Dean got just enough of him to knock him down there.
So a loss of 7 yards on that sack. Mean Dean with the sack. Mean Dean.
He's feeling it now, too. He's dancing out there.
He got around that offensive lineman, got the sack. So clock running. It's 2nd and 17 for the Mustangs, back at their 44. Empty backfield. 3 receivers right, 2 to the left for Muir. Sends Clements in motion. They pitch it back to Clements. He's got some blockers. He's up to the 45 near midfield, and he loses the ball out of bounds. But he gained some yardage there. So basically, from the 44, 6 yards there, 7, 8, 9. So on the run, 9 yards for Clements. And to bring up 3rd down.
You say run, I say pass.
Okay. Well, you mark it anyway. You've got the official. So that it's 3rd down and 8 from the Skyview 47. 3rd down and 8, 9:57. Clock stopped. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Muir takes it, fakes the handoff, rushes on. He's throwing downfield for Clements, and it's caught by Clements inside the 15 as he climbed the ladder and caught it at the 14 over the defender. Great catch by Micah Clements, the concentration there after the rush, and then he gets the catch there to the 14.
Micah Clements is just absolute insanity in the form of a wide receiver at a high school level. I mean, he is just something else, John. He can go up and high point a ball. He can read it in the air, too. And what I like, we saw this last time, is he kind of disguises his hands. He doesn't give it away early that he's going for the ball.
Yeah, he's kind of like Guthrie.
Yeah, he just kind of keeps him down and holds him, and then he goes up and makes that play.
33 yards down to the 14, 9:30 left. 2 running backs in the backfield. Muir fakes the handoff. He throws. He's got a man out there. That's Passy. Incomplete and maybe picked off. No, incomplete.
Goodness.
It's on that far side. We can't see. The officials say it's incomplete off the tip.
He's got a real good view of it right there, too. But, man, that thing hung up in the air for a second, and Castillo was able to get underneath that thing, but apparently not enough.
So incomplete, and it will be 2nd down. But Passy was there, but the ball was in the air a little bit too long, and the Skyview defender was able to tip it up in the air. So incomplete, 2nd and 10 from the Skyview 14. Clock stopped at 9:21. Skyview leads 24-14. 2 receivers to each side from the right hash. They turn around, hand off to Aaron Bell. He's up the field, still fighting for yards and pulled back as he gains maybe 3 or 4. Let's see where they spot it. I think they're going to spot it at the 12. So, well, maybe they went to the 11, so we'll give him 3 yards. So 3rd and 7 now, as they're the 3-yard carry.
Aaron Bell did a great job of hanging on to that because he's kind of getting spun as he's getting brought down and took another shot, but he was able to just really strongly hold on to that ball.
3rd and 7, clock running at 8:40. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Aaron Bell on the backfield. Muir throws. It went into the receiver's hands and incomplete. It was behind the receiver a little bit on the slant. Brings up 4th down. They need a field goal, too. They're down 24-14. We'll see what Mountain Crest elects to do. They're going to bring out the field goal kicking team with 8:31 from the right hash.
Yeah, the play was a little chaotic, John. There was multiple defenders, multiple receivers in the same area, and just kind of a lot of congestion there.
So Buist on for the kick. Buist's long is 36 yards against Ridgeline. This one is well within his range, as it's about a 28-yarder, we'll say, from the right hash. Snap back to Crofts. The kick on the way, and it is good. No, they say no good.
No way.
Wow, Buist missed it from the right hash. From our vantage point, it looked good right down the middle, but they're going to say no. So, I mean, we're on an angle, I guess.
Yeah, they got a better view than we do, but holy cow, John, I pulled up the scoreboard to add 3 to Mount Crest there. That looked good.
I thought it was good, but 20, we're going to say 28-yard field goal, no good. With 8:27 left in the game. Skyview will take over with a 24-14 lead.
I was kind of rooting for Bust on that one, too, because, I mean, he had the heartbreaker that ended the game last time when these two teams played, and I thought, hey, this kid's going to come out here and punch this thing through, and I thought he surely did, but
they say no.
No good.
Skyview takes over at their 20. They're missing a lineman to start this play. So 24-14 Skyview. They've got the ball at their own 20. Turn around, fake the handoff. Clark rolls right, still rolling right. Now he's going to throw long. He's got a man out there. Is it picked off? No, it's caught. He's still on his feet. He steals it away. Who is that?
Oh, my goodness.
That
is Zach
Karen?
Oxborough.
Oxborough stole it. Oh, my goodness.
I think that was intercepted by pickup. I mean, I think he had it in his hands, and Oxborough just said, give me that. Took it from him. What a play by Zach Oxborough.
48-yard pass play, I believe, to Oxborough's. Skyview has it at the 32-yard line of Mountain Crest. They turn around, hand off to Stokes. He finds a crease, and he's across the 30 to the 29. Oh, my goodness, what a play. I think you're right. I think Pickup had it for the interception, and then Oxborough just ripped it away when they came down.
Yeah, that was crazy.
So we'll say 3 yards by Stokes.
Stokes is averaging 3 yards a carry right now in this game.
Yeah, which is below his average. He was averaging 5 yards a carry. 2nd down and 7 for the Bobcats. Low snap. Clark picks it up. He throws. He's going for the end zone. Caught.
Guthrie.
Touchdown Guthrie from 29 yards out. And Skyview is rolling now. 30-14. 29-yard TD to Guthrie.
That's just amazing the way that Skyview's turned this thing around after the early 14. Oh, my gosh, it did add the 7 to Mountain Crest. I thought I took it back, but after the early 14 point jump out that Mountain Crest went on, and it's been all Skyview since then.
So De Quadros comes in as Clark placed that perfectly on the right side to Guthrie from 29 out. Snap back, Stokes gets it down. De Quadros sends the extra point through. And with 7:25 remaining, Skyview extends the lead, 31-14. We'll take a break and come back right after this.
Keep your car running its best with help from Napa Auto Parts. Need a new battery or wiper blades? Napa features the best brands and can even help with battery or wiper blade installation right there on the spot. Locally owned from Preston to Providence, Napa Auto Parts.
Preston Watts Collision and Glass has been your #1 resource for collision repair and auto glass. We specialize in windshield repairs. Competitive prices, call Preston Watts Collision and Glass at 563-3215. We do it right.
I got this feeling inside my bones. It goes electric.
31-14, Skyview kicks it deep this time. It's going to be returned from the 5 to the 10, 15-20. Still on his feet is Clement, still fighting for yardage near the 30-yard line before he's taken down. And they're going to mark him right at the 30. So, you said it right before the break there, Rex, but Skyview, after trailing 14-0, all of a sudden they've just, their second half offense has just been crazy different, 31-14, but a lot of those plays have been pretty close. Like, there's been a couple interceptions, or looked like interceptions, but the Bobcats have come down with them. So 31-14, Skyview leads with 7:15 left. Mustangs with the ball, trailing by 17. Flippance goes in motion on 1st and 10. From their own 30, they turn around, fake the handoff, Muir back to pass, throws over the middle, complete, and hit right away. Nice catch by the Mustang receiver. That's Kai Passy, as he caught it at the 31, but then he was punished there quickly by Skylar Murdoch.
Yeah, Passy has 5 receptions on the night. He's definitely been the favorite target of Muir. How many yards did you give him on that one, John? 1 yard.
Yeah, it looked deeper than that, but I guess that's because he backed up so much. So 2nd and 9 for the Mustangs at the 31. Clock running at 6:35 left in the game. Fake the handoff, rushes on, and Muir is going to go down.
Jace Lillywhite.
And a flag comes out after the play, but Lillywhite gets the sack. So it goes from the 31 back to the 24, a 7-yard loss.
And then the penalty on Skyview.
So 7 yards on the sack.
Well, maybe not. I thought he was pointing.
Well, it must have been a sideline warning then if he... Because
there's definitely a flag.
Okay, yeah, I saw the flag. So if he
at Skyview. So.
Okay, well, if they're not marking it off, it was a sideline warning because it came from the line judge there or whatever on the Skyview sideline. So the ball is back at the 24-yard line of the Mustangs. 3rd and long for the Mustangs. 3rd and 16. 6:26 left. 31-14 Skyview. Muir back to pass. He throws over the middle, and it's incomplete. Dropped by Skylar Murdoch around the 44-yard line. He read it, and he's just holding his helmet there with both hands as he's like, I had a sure interception that I dropped.
Yes, he did. But, hey, that brings up a 4th down. It's a big-time play there by Murdoch to come up and make that. And Satili Palmer was just absolutely licking his chops. An obvious passing down. Sophomore quarterback, he was rushing hard on that play, and he kind of forced that thing to go a little quicker than I think Muir wanted it to.
So at their own 24, 6:20 left. Bust to punt as he rolls to the right. Now he lets it go as Ballard catches it at the 31, makes a move at the 35 to the 40, and slips at the 45 as he tried to cut back inside. He lost his balance. So he gets knocked down, a return of 14 on the punt. And Skyview's got the ball with 6:10 left in the game and a 31-14 lead.
Yeah, I expect a heavy dose of Xander Stokes here.
So from their own 45, 6:10 left, Skyview scored 31 unanswered. They scored 6 right before the half, and the rest in the second half. Clark fakes the handoff. He throws complete to Guthrie at midfield, down the sideline and knocked out of bounds. We'll see where they mark him. Oh, he got 10, 12, 13, maybe 14 yards. No, we'll give him 13. 13 yards to Guthrie on the pass. So it's 1st and 10 in Mountain Crest territory at the 42. 6:03 left. They hand off. No, they fake it. They throw it back to Guthrie, and he's taken back by Clements, I believe. They'll give him the forward progress. No, that wasn't Clements. Excuse me. That was
I think it was
Garfias. Yeah, it was. The 6 and the 5 kind of blend a little bit to me.
And they're just swapping sides too there, but man, I was really expecting to see a lot of Xander Stokes on this drive, but they've been just throwing quick hitters to Guthrie, which is working.
4-yard pass play there to Guthrie. It'll bring up 2nd and 6. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Clark in the pistol takes a snap, fakes the handoff again, throws out there complete to the receiver who gets upfield for a couple. He's taken down at the 36.
Yeah, nice play by Max Johnson or Brady Johnson.
Max Johnson. So he got 2 yards. It'll be 3rd and 4 for the Bobcats.
290 yards passing for Jack Clark.
Wow, and at the half.
It's been a blink of an eye.
I mean, really, it was the last minute of the half.
Yeah.
On the big gain of 60-some-odd yards, and probably it would be more if we knew that one pass play, but I can't count that high. So
we had all our fingers out.
Turnaround. They throw it again, and I think he's right at the sticks at the 31, so he needed 5, or excuse me, it was a 4 yards, and he got 5 to the 31, so Oxborough 1st down. So Skyview leads with 4:22 left, 31-14. Clock running now to 4:15 on 1st and 10 from the Mountain Crest 31.
Oxborough has 76 yards receiving in this game.
Stay tuned. Post game, we'll have our players of the game from each side and our Old Gristmill bread and butter play of the game. Back to pass is Clark again. He throws high, goes over one receiver and incomplete as it hit another receiver.
Yeah, it kind of flashed right in front of Zach Oxborough, and he puts his hands up, and I think he kind of started to realize, oh, that might not be to me, and then Chance Wilson is back there, and it just kind of threw all the timing off of that play right there, and it falls incomplete. 0 for 2 on targets to Chance Wilson tonight.
So they passed to Guthrie on 2nd and 10 from the 31. He's got it for about 4. No, 5 yards.
That puts him at an even 300 for Jack Clark passing.
Clock continues to run. 3:27 left, 31-14. At the 26-yard line of the Mustangs, Skyview leading. 3 receivers right. They leave the backfield empty. Clark steps up, throws it. Caught. Does he hold on? Yes. To the 14. Gain of 12.
And Cooper Karen there comes up big. Nice hands catch there. 60 yards receiving for him on the night.
So Skyview, with 3 minutes to play, or under 3 minutes, and a 17-point lead.
Giving Stokes a little break here.
Bird comes in, so 1st and 10 Bobcats at the 14 of Mountain Crest. They hand off to Bird right side, and he's cracked near the 10-yard line and taken down. They're going to mark him, I think, at the 11. So it'll be a gain of 3. So 2nd and 7, Bobcats at the 11. Now they look to the sideline. Again, the winner of this game will face the winner of Provo. And I just lost. Oh, Dixie.
Yeah,
that's right.
I was just trying to look up the score.
Yeah, Provo, the 2 seed, they were up big as they were down early 13-0, but they came back at home. Under 2 minutes to play. Clark takes it, handoff. No, he's going to fake it. Now the blitz is on, and he's sacked. Back near the 20, that's Egbert with the sack.
Guess who? Yeah, it's Carter Egbert.
So from the 11 back to the 22, a loss of 11 on that sack by Egbert.
So we do have a score update, John.
Timeout, Mountain Crest with 1:38. Okay, go ahead.
Into it. All right, Les Olson IT brings you this score update. What can a business technology partner do for you? All the office products you need and great service team. Learn more at lesolson.com. That game we're talking about, the winner of this game gets the winner of this game, and it is 34 for Provo, 13 for Dixie, and that has gone final in that game. So Provo will be hosting Skyview, or pending the craziest miracle of all time. Mountain Crest.
Well, and Provo's the 2 seed, so the quarterfinals are at home sites. So Skyview will be, if this score holds, Skyview will be at Provo next Friday, and we'll see. I don't know what time that game will be. We'll have to get confirmation from Ryan Grunig, the athletic director here, as the both athletic directors talk about it. But the default time, I'm sure, is at 6, but we'll see how that goes. So they come out of the timeout. It's 3rd and long from the 20-yard line of Mountain Crest. 31-14 Skyview with 1:38 left. As Johnson goes to the right side, so 3 receivers right, 1 to the left, and now a timeout Skyview as they just couldn't line up correctly out of the timeout. So we'll keep it here, go through other scores as Green Canyon CashValleyDaily.com. It's all the news, sports, and everything that you need in one place, and picture galleries of all the sporting events going on. But Green Canyon leads 42-20 over Uinta at the end of the third. And so that's one score. Ridgeline was leading big over Hurricane last score we had, but that's not a surprise, as they should be favored in that one. And my phone is not updating as quick as I would like as they come out of the timeout. So 3 receivers to the left now, 1 to the right. 3rd and 16 from the Mountain Crest 20. Clark takes a snap, looking, he throws, he's got a man, and it is caught, I believe. Did Guthrie hold on? Yes, he did. Guthrie from 20 yards out, and it's a touchdown, Skyview.
That's exactly what we were talking about when we were talking about Clemens, John, is that keeping your hands low, not giving away where the ball position is to the defensive back, and then throwing them up and making the catch. Big play there by Liam Guthrie, who was absolutely erupted in the second half. John didn't have a single target in the first half, has 8 receptions in the second half.
So Stokes to hold, De Quadros. Snap is back. Stokes gets it down, and De Quadros kicks it through. It wasn't a clean kick, but it still went through. So with 1:32 left in the game, Skyview leads 38-14. We'll take a break and be back with the conclusion of the game right after this.
Keep your car running its best with help from Napa Auto Parts. Need a new battery or wiper blades? Napa features the best brands and can even help with battery or wiper blade installation right there on the spot. Locally owned from Preston to Providence. Napa Auto Parts.
Preston Watts Collision and Glass has been your #1 resource for collision repair and auto glass. We specialize in windshield repairs. Competitive prices, call Preston Watts Collision and Glass at 563-3215. We do it right.
Old Gristmill on South Main Logan, 4th North Logan, and now Smithfield offer Cache Valley that famous lunch special and natural bread baked the right way. Get your made-to-order lunch or baked goods at Cache Valley's Best of Northern Utah gold-winning bake.
Skyview kicks it away. Clements returns it to the 20, 25, and he's taken down as he gets across the 25. 1:25 left in the game. And Rex, these two rivals in Region 11 clashed. Skyview won 31-28 earlier in the season. Mountain Crest got off to the 14-0 start, and then Skyview has scored the last 38 in this game.
It's been kind of a matter of like little things going wrong for Mountain Crest, right? Like it looks like a clear interception, but then it turns into a touchdown for Skyview, or a one that is interception but ripped out of their hands, and it's just been a series of unfortunate events here for the Mustangs.
They hand off to Aaron Bell, I believe. I didn't see what it was, but he's up the middle from the 27 across the 30 to the 33, I think. We'll give him 6 yards.
Do a little stat padding for Aaron Bell there.
So they said 5. I'm giving him 6. 2 receivers to each side on second down. Hand off to Aaron Bell again on the left side. He's across the 35 to the 36. Clock running. 48 seconds left. So again, Skyview shuts out the Mustangs in the second half, and they're going to get the victory, and they'll face the 2-seed Provo down in Utah County next week. We'll have the game for you. Quarterfinal matchup. The 2-seed versus the 7-seed. So one more snap for the Mustangs. They take it. They hand off to Aaron Bell up the middle. He's got a lot of room to the 45, the 50, and he's taken down. Skyview recovered. They just ripped it out of Aaron Bell's hands. I don't know if it really matters, though, at this point.
Yeah, the ref's just saying move the chains.
So from the 50 to the 50, a big run there from the 36. So we'll give him 15 yards in the first down, and that will do it. There's 2 seconds. One, they snap it. They get the play off. Aaron Bell from the 50 gets across the 40. So he had a 15-yard rush and then probably about a 13-yard rush we'll give him. And that's going to do it as the clock hits zeros. It's Skyview. 38 unanswered points, Rex, and the Bobcats get the victory 38-14 over the Mustangs, and they move on when everything looked like it was all Mountain Crest in the first half. The Bobcats somehow find their offense in the second half and get the victory 38-14. We'll take a break and have our postgame show right after this on The Fan and on KLZX.
Keep your car running its best with help from Napa Auto Parts. Need a new battery or wiper blades? Napa features the best brands and can even help with battery or wiper blade installation right there on the spot. Locally owned from Preston to Providence. Napa Auto Parts.
Preston Watts Collision and Glass has been your #1 resource for collision repair and auto glass. We specialize in windshield repairs. Competitive prices, call Preston Watts Collision and Glass at 563-3215. We do it right.
Old Gristmill on South Main Logan, 4th North Logan, and now Smithfield offer Cache Valley that famous lunch special and natural bread baked the right way. Get your made-to-order lunch or baked goods at Cache Valley's Best of Northern Utah gold-winning bakery. The Old Gristmill, here for you.
When a client walks into the office, I want them to feel like they have a team that is full-time working for them.
We really start from the ground up, setting our goals, understanding your situation, and then building the plan to maximize that quality of life.
Visit Adams Wealth Advisors.
Reactive Physical Therapy will show you what actions you can take to create the reaction you desire. Reactive Physical Therapy in Providence and North Logan. Call 435-535-3677 or reactivephysicaltherapy.com.
They really can put your logo on just about anything. That's what they do at the Logo Shop. Businesses, teams, booster clubs, school organizations, call the Logo Shop and have them show you the possibilities. The Logo Shop, committed to schools, teams, and youth groups.
Searching for copiers and printers? Les Olson IT has what you need. Find reliable HP printers, award-winning sharp copiers, and high-end Ricoh graphic systems.
Les Olson IT.
Make it 3 years in a row. Advanced Heating and AC is honored to be Best of Northern Utah Gold Medalist. Thank you for your support and vote of confidence in their company. Advanced Heating and AC online at advancedheating-ac.com.
From what's happening in local political elections, to breaking news, to photo galleries and replays of the latest games. If it's happening in our community, it's on CacheValleyDaily.com and the Cache Valley Daily app. Local, relevant news on CacheValleyDaily.com.
At Planet Fitness, you'll get energy without the judgment.
Hi, can you help me with this? This is better.
Join the judgment-free zone today for $15 a month. Planet Fitness, big fitness energy for all.
Insurance is exciting.
Are you kidding me? However, Lana Powell's State Farm Insurance makes buying insurance a little less painful. Call 752-7639 for a quick quote.
The Mountain Crest Booster Club encourages you to support the sponsors that support the Mustangs. Scabelin Roofing, Pool Orthodontics, Reed's Pharmacy, Airbound Gymnastics.
Okay, let's see. As I was saying, let's see.
Sorry, John.
As we look at our final stats, you're okay.
Well, what happened was the mouse got bumped to the scoreboard, and then I clicked the game, and we went right back to game time. So here we are.
Well, welcome back. This game's final. I want to say it's a shocker in the fact that Skyview didn't look good at all, and a lot of credit goes to Mountain Crest as they jumped on the Bobcats early and often as far as like they controlled the ball. They controlled the clock with that time of possession. We don't keep time of possession, but if we did, it was all the Mustangs in the first half. They led 14-0 early on. Skyview scored with like a minute left. They scored in 30 seconds right before the half to make it 14-6. And then they fumbled that extra point snap. But the Skyview Bobcats, after that, being down 14-0, then they came back, roaring back to start the second half, and they scored 38 unanswered after being down 14-0, and they get the victory 38-14. As the playoffs continue, they head to Provo, the 2 seed, in the quarterfinals next week, as we'll have that game next week. It will be the Bobcats and the Bulldogs in high school quarterfinal action. But Provo wins, so it will be on the November 8th. So Rex and I will make the drive into Utah County, something we really enjoy doing, going down to Utah County. But
don't we just love Utah County?
At least Provo's stadium is right next to a Raising Cane's.
Yeah.
That's about the only thing you can say there. But again, regardless of all this stuff about me and Rex, 38-14, the Bobcats had a great job. Whatever was said at halftime and whatever happened, that defense really started rolling, and they were really taking Mountain Crest out of what they wanted. It seemed like they were more aggressive I don't know if they sent anything different blitz-wise, but they got to mirror the quarterback and really cause some havoc in the backfield.
Yeah, whether or not if it was different, I don't know. I did see a couple defensive back blitzes that were thrown out.
That's true.
That definitely changed things up a little bit. That kind of gets you off your spot. But I just think they started getting home. It was just maybe this is one of those matters of conditioning. You never know. It led up to it, and it was just so completely lopsided in that second half. I didn't see that coming. We had a great hard-fought game up to halftime, and then it was just a landslide after that in favor of the Bobcats.
Yeah, and one of the big-time players in that was Jace Lillywhite.
Yeah, absolutely. Jace Lillywhite was just off the charts.
And I'll tell you what, I think he's going to be the man coming up to us, Rex, because he left that school song pretty quick, and he's heading towards the stand. So hopefully we get a chance to talk to him, because defensively he did what he needed to do. He got to Aaron Bell, knocked him down for some loss of yards on rushing plays. He knocked the passes down at the line of scrimmage. He was all over the field tonight.
He had a forced fumble on a blitz. This kid absolutely played out of his mind. So, yeah, I hope we get to visit with number 15.
Good. Sweet. Jace Lillywhite's coming.
Excellent.
So we're happy about that. We'll get to talk to Jace, and hopefully we hear from Coach as well. But, again, the Bobcats victorious 38-14. And Coach Alder makes his way up here as well. So, okay, see, it's not as toasty up here. We'll take the kids first. Okay, so we'll get Jason here. Just go ahead and you can take a seat. Sorry, that's the best seat we got.
Yeah.
Okay, just hold that mic up close to you. And again, Bobcats victorious, and Jace, talk about what the difference was between you guys were down 14-0 and it looked like you had no life on that sideline. What switch flipped to change this ball game?
It only takes one play to be able to switch the momentum, and we had a deflection on 4th down, and then our offense went down and scored, and we just got to, when we're confident, we play well.
Well, talk about that confidence, because in the second half, your confidence, because you got things, in our opinion, you got things rolling for your defense. Aaron Bell's a hard cat to bring down. You were able to get to him a few times. He couldn't get that edge. And then you were knocking down the passes that Muir was throwing at the line of scrimmage. Talk about what changed in your confidence in that second half for you individually.
I don't want my season to be over yet. I'm a senior, and I just want to play more football.
Yeah, so talk about this game plan. You coming into the game, you knew that it was a team you already faced. It was a team that you guys had beaten earlier, 31-28. Talk about what it's like to go up against a region rival in the playoffs.
It's really hard to beat a team twice, so we put a lot of preparation. We had a bye week, so we prepared for them even harder. Yeah.
So, Jace, what has been one of the highlights this season for you so far? Like, I was just trying to think of a question, but like, what has been one of the highlights for you this season?
For me, just growing with the boys and I don't know, just playing football.
Yeah. So how long have you been playing since Little League up, or?
Yeah, I've been playing since Little League.
And it's same positions. You kind of move around any, or?
I actually started on the O-line.
Okay. All right.
And moved my way up.
Oh, we got a former lineman going to skill positions like Egbert. That shocked me when Egbert came up and told us that. Jace, so we used to see a little bit more on tight end, but now you've really come into your own as a linebacker, making plays. Tonight, I just wanted to just kind of let you know what we had you down for. I mean, you probably remember it, but we got you down for a sack, a forced fumble, 2 tackles for a loss, a pass deflection. You were all over the field tonight, man. What is it that helps you kind of see what the offense is going to do and to know where to go? Is that a scheme thing, or is that just like, hey, I know what I'm looking for and that's what takes me there?
Honestly, I just feel like I really did my job tonight. Didn't have as many mistakes. It's just kind of how our scheme works. And watching film, it was able to see, like, you could tell what plays they were going to run sometimes.
Cool. Well, Jace, we appreciate you taking some time to come up. Congratulations on the victory, and congratulations for getting one more game under your belt. You guys will be on the road next week at Provo because they defeated Dixie. But who would you like to give a shout-out to before we hand the mic over to someone else?
I'd just like to give a shout-out to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
All right. Thanks a lot, Jace. Appreciate it.
Thanks, kid. Thanks, Jace.
Again, the Bobcats victorious 38-14 as we'll get another player in here. We'll get
a little Cooper Karen action going here.
Okay, Cooper, the first thing, I'm just going to flat out say it. All season long, I have messed up thinking you were Oxborough. Please don't hold it against me.
No, trust me.
Okay, all right, we get that out of the way.
We think it's funny in my family. So
okay, good.
18, man, because like that 18.
It was the same thing last year, actually, because I was 18, and I wouldn't be, like, playing, but they'd say, like, I scored.
Yeah, okay, all right. Well, okay, just hold the mic up closer to you. But I guess the first thing I want to ask you is, we talked to Jace about it too, but what do you feel like switched things for you guys to give you some momentum there? I mean, because you were down 14-0, and really it seemed like you didn't have any life on the sideline. What do you feel like was the change that got you guys going?
We just went back to what we've been taught. Like, we've shown that we've been an explosive offense, and we just knew, like, we were hurting ourselves. It wasn't anything they were doing, but we just came out with some fire and had fun. I think that was the most important thing, had fun.
I got to ask you, too, like, on your touchdown catch, the 48-yarder at the start the fourth quarter there, you guys are up 17-14. Up here, it looked like Bust had an interception.
We thought he picked it.
I thought he picked it. I called a pick, so I still screwed up your score.
No worries.
But, no, just kidding. So we thought it was picked, but, like, how do you keep concentration on the ball? Because, like, from our vantage point, it looked like it was deflected, picked, whatever, but you ended up with the ball, and you're walking into the end zone.
I'm going to be honest, it was luck. Like,
Did he flash in front of your eyes, as it was going?
It went right through his hands, and it just hit me in the chest, and I just grabbed it, and yeah.
Well, so where does that concentration come from? Like, just to, like, because you go through those reps in practice all the time. Is that just what it is, the continual reps that get you there to that point?
Yeah, you said it. It's just reps. Like, we've been practicing. I feel like I've had a good week of practice. I was going in confident and played hard.
Well, you guys get one more game to play against Provo. In the playoffs, you live till the next day with the wins. Talk about how you can use this momentum to get off to maybe a better start next week so that you're not playing from behind at all.
Yeah, for sure. I think we just know what we're capable of. Like, we say it a lot, but we're our biggest opponent. Like, we are what holds us down and what brings us up. So we just know we got to play hard and play confident.
Yeah, and you guys did a great job. There's so many weapons on offense. You've got so many great receivers with yourself, Ballard, and Guthrie. Like, as a wide receiver core, how do you guys grow together to, like, continue to be, like, the productive receivers that you are?
we got our hype man, Ted Stokes. He's always hyping us up. He texted us before the game just saying, I love you boys, go out, play hard. And yeah, we just grow together, practice together.
Okay, well, we appreciate your time. And just for the record, Cooper Karen, the greatest receiver in Skyview history.
I wouldn't go that far.
That's on, though.
I wouldn't go that far. Yeah.
Well, since I botched it so many times, who would you like to give a shout-out to, Cooper?
I'd like to give a shout-out to my family and what Jay said, my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
All right, well, congratulations on the victory, and we'll see you next week. Again, the Bobcats get with the victory, 38-14, and we'll see if this chair will. I mean, Jace is big, but Satili Palmer.
This is another level of young man right here.
Well, okay, the chair, it's still standing. Holy smokes. Well, Satili, talk about your guys'. I'll ask you the same question. Where did it change for you guys to get the momentum on your side after being down 14-0 early?
Yeah, it was definitely a lot. We felt down, the energy was down, but after halftime we talked, we saw what we could do better, and we just executed. We're that type of team that can just go down and execute when we need to.
Well, it seems like, whenever there's been plays this season where Skyview needs a defensive stop, it always seems like you're the guy that does it. How do you flip a switch when do you know that it's like, okay, this is the play, I need to make it, I need to set the tone? Where does that come from? How do you do that?
I owe this all to my team. I'll play my hardest. I'll give 110% all the time, no matter what. And I don't know, it's just, I'm there.
Yeah.
Satili, you're an absolute stud, anchoring both O and D line. I'm curious because I never played line, obviously looking at me, but what feels better, like that big ceiling block or a pancake block, or like a sack like you had tonight? Because you had a big sack in this game.
I'll be honest, all of it. It's
just great.
All
just contact.
Good. I'm there. I get to play for him all the time.
Yeah.
D-line. I'm just always going to hit someone. That's what I love.
That's awesome.
Well, Satili, is there a game that stood out to you, or a certain play this season that stood out to you, maybe one more than the other?
Not really.
Not really?
I won't lie. No, not really. But all games have been a really good experience. I've learned a lot from my coaches, from my family, just from all the people around me. They taught me so much, and it's just all a learning experience.
Well, you live to play another day. You're on the road next week at Provo. How do you keep this momentum going so you guys can continue this season and this run in the playoffs that you have?
Just good energy. We'll bring the energy next week. It's a lot to go down there, and it's a lot, but energy is a big thing, the mindset, all of that.
Well, Satili, thanks for joining us, and we'll let you give a shout-out to whoever you would like before we hand the mic over to Coach.
I'd like to just thank all of my teammates, my family, and God.
All right. Congratulations, Satili.
Thanks, Satili.
Thanks. All right, we're joined now by Coach Alder, and Coach, wow, what a difference in this game. You guys got down early 14-0, and from up here it felt like there was no energy. What was it like down on that sideline for you guys to rebound and get things going your way?
Lacked energy, you're right. Up here it felt like lacked energy. Down there was a lack of energy. I can't really explain it. Sometimes all of a sudden you find yourself playing a football playoff game after the bye week, and it feels like forever, and we were really, really out of sorts and really, really uncomfortable for some reason. And so, number one, we needed, some energy, and something good needed to happen, and then the energy just came. And once we got that, completion to Oxborough, completion to Xander Stokes on the sideline, and the score, we scored in 3 plays.
23 seconds.
That's kind of all the energy we needed. Then that calmed everything down, and that made us feel like, okay, what's done is done. The mistake. I made mistakes in the first quarter. I lacked energy. I had some mental errors, to be honest, and I own that, and I own that to the kids. But once we scored in a hurry, everything felt like it was going to be okay.
Yeah.
Even though we're still down 8, it just felt like everything was going to be okay, and there was just a different confidence about everybody.
Well, what was said at halftime? I mean, there's different situations. I mean, is it fire and brimstone kind of a thing with the coaches as you guys let them have it to bring the energy, or is it just like, hey guys, we just need to correct a few things?
Just need to correct a few things. It wasn't a very intense halftime, to be honest. It was more or less, we've all made mistakes. I've made mistakes. We kind of put ourselves in this situation, but everything's correctable. And once we play with energy and effort, good things will follow. And we just talked about a few things we could do with the quarterbacks and certain ways that they were defending us that we could take advantage of. And, it was for a playoff game in the quarter, it was one of the more calm half times.
Yeah.
Kids just felt like, yeah, okay, we're down, but we're going to go score. And, it wasn't as tense as some have been a part of.
Gotcha. Well, defensively, did you guys do anything different in the second half, or was it just the energy, would you say?
No, we didn't do anything different. I don't think we needed to do anything different in the second half defensively. They came down and score, and then the fake punt. We got to defend that better, but I felt like our defense was actually playing well.
Yeah.
I felt like, okay, they've calmed down. They're in a groove. I didn't think I told our other coaches at halftime, I think they're done scoring. The Mount Crest, I don't think they're going to score at all or one more, and we need to put a few touchdowns. So defense didn't need to do anything differently.
Okay.
They were playing well. They just made a few plays and make that quarterback uncomfortable, which they did with some pressure and getting some pass breakups. It was the offense that needed to adjust and needed to get their act together.
Well, and you definitely did that. You got Jack Clark in a rhythm, and that pass game, man, you guys, it felt like you were unstoppable. Every pass, it just seemed went your way.
Yeah, once Jack has confidence like anybody else, he puts the ball on the money, and he made great decisions. And he made great decisions from, the scoring drive on. He was seeing things, and it was just like we had practiced over the past 2 weeks. He was making great decisions. He was seeing things. He was making great suggestions when the defense was out.
Yeah.
And we were talking through things, and he had some good ideas. So he was seeing the field really well, and he was comfortable in the pocket, and, he found the open guy.
Well, Coach, just like we told the players, you live one more day to another game with the playoffs, and you're on the road. Provo defeated Dixie, so you're on the road at Provo in the quarterfinals. How do you just keep this momentum going?
Just like we stick to our habits and stick to our values. It's everybody knows what's at stake now. I don't need to go in and tell these kids that if you lose, the season's over. Yeah. Like they know that. They know what's at stake. We need to stay calm, confident, and collected, and we need to put together a great game plan this weekend. That'll start tomorrow, present it on Monday, and away we go.
All right.
And do what we do.
Well, Coach, thanks so much for bringing up the players, and thanks for your time. Congratulations on the victory.
Right, Coach. Thank you.
Again, the Bobcats victorious 38-14. So the Bobcats score 38 unanswered. They get the victory 38-14, Rex. And let's see, we've got our players of the game from each side, which I don't know if we decided. Did we decide that? I don't think we did.
Well, I think we discussed Skyview, and I think we're going to go with Jace Lillywhite, the first young man that we got to talk to tonight. Jace was just an absolute menace. He even did a couple things too that didn't necessarily show up on the stat sheet, which would, for us at least, which would be pressures and just kind of staying home and doing his job. But he did do things on the stat sheet as well. He had a sack tonight. He deflected a pass. He had a pass breakup at the line of scrimmage that caused a turnover on downs. He had 2 tackles for a loss that were just huge. There's one where Flippins looked like he was going to get the edge. Flippins is just turning on the Jets, and then all of a sudden Jace Lillywhite appears out of nowhere, and it's a tackle for a loss, and we're thinking Flippins might break one here. So he had that. He had the forced fumble on the strip sack. I mean, Jace Lillywhite was just everywhere tonight, and we've kind of grown accustomed to seeing Lillywhite have his games where he just goes off, and tonight was one of them. So I my vote would be Jace Lillywhite. I mean, it's hard to say when you got a quarterback that throws for over 300 and has 5 touchdowns under his belt, but to me, where Jack has already got it, Jace Lillywhite.
Well, and if we need to, we'll just give them dual players of the game. But
co-player of the game.
So, and then Mountain Crest on their side, I don't know. I kind of lean towards Clements, he had a good game with the touchdown early and some good returns, but I don't know if there was defensively. It seemed like Egbert was there a lot of times too. So
yeah, he was making some tackles and making some plays, but I mean, really Clements was kind of the home run hitter. He had, it was only 3 catches for Clements, but he put those 3 catches and turned those into 82 yards receiving. So I mean, really, he was their deep threat. He was the guy that really provided spark for them. And it's just unfortunate because everything for Mountain Crest really was happening in the first half. So it's like you're trying to find positives in that second half, but they were just kind of hard to find. But I would say Clements with his 40-yard touchdown reception was a pretty big part of that for Mountain Crest.
Okay, now it's time for our Old Grist Mill bread and butter play of the game. It's your chance to win Old Grist Mill bread. And have you tried the fantastic breakfast sandwiches served at the South Logan and Smithfield locations? I have too. So, but you're going to love it. And this is the time for that chocolate pumpkin spice bread.
Tis the season. Get your Ugg boots, get your beanies, and head down for some pumpkin spice.
And they have soups as well, and it's getting cool. But our bread and butter play of the game, if you call in to the full court press or text in, depending on what they ask for, Eric Franson, Jason Walker, they'll do that Monday from 4 to 6. And when they call for the bread and butter play of the game from the Skyview and Mountain Crest game, it will be that 48-yard TD catch that Cooper Karen had to start the fourth quarter with 10:58. It was 17-14 at the time for the Bobcats. And as Clark let that fly, that pass, like we said, it went right past Dylan Bust, and you heard Cooper talk about it. That
he thought he had it.
It went through Bust's hands.
Yeah.
And it just hit him in the chest, and then he ran into the end zone. But 48-yard TD with 10:58 left in the game. It gave Skyview a 24-14 lead, and that will be our Old Grist Mill bread and butter play of the game. So, again, Skyview wins 38-14 is your final. We've got some other final scores as well as we wrap this up, but we'll go through the final scores and then get final thoughts. But Park City defeated Bear River 33-0, so they'll move on. Green Canyon defeated Uinta 49-20. And Ridgeline, they'd won 45-7 over Hurricane. So really, the highest seeded teams, there was no upsets tonight that we can see so far. We don't have all the scores, but those scores right there, that's all the higher seeds. And they move on to the quarterfinals. And more importantly, for the Skyview Bobcats and their fans, they'll be at Provo next week. November 8th, we'll have that game here on 106.9 FM, The Fan, and Rex and I will be down there in Provo. It's a 2-seed Provo versus the 7-seed Skyview Bobcats. But Rex, final thoughts on the game tonight?
I think we saw, Coach said it was really more momentum, and I was curious about that. Was it just energy or was it strategy? And Coach made it sound like it was really just more energy. They didn't really change up a whole lot, but I guess it's kind of hard to change things up when you're going 3 and out every series to start the game. I mean,
3 straight.
It's hard to not look different because to me it looked different in that second half. All of a sudden we had Guthrie with 0 targets, and then he finishes the game with 8 catches, 78 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a 2-point conversion. Cooper Karen, 3 catches, 60 yards. Ballard came up so big in this game, John.
Yeah.
He made so many plays across the middle. There's one specifically that I keep thinking about that he knew he was going to take a shot. He makes a big hands catch across the middle, and that's big time out of Lincoln Ballard. So I just, the way the offense erupted in that second half, Jack Clark goes over 300 yards passing. It was really cool to see just that transformation of the Skyview Bobcats, and unfortunate on the Mountain Crest side of things.
So the Bobcats move on, and we'll have that game like we said. So for Jace Lillywhite, Cooper Karen, and for Satilli Palmer and Coach Alder coming up, and for Trevor Jellum running the camera for us, Rex Davis and myself, to have a great weekend, everybody. Skyview gets the victory over the Mountain Crest Mustangs, 38-14, and they'll face Provo next week in the quarterfinals. That's going to do it for us tonight, and we thank you for listening. Have a great weekend, everybody.
This Skyview Bobcats broadcast has been a presentation of 106.9 FM and 1390 AM The Fan and CashValleyDaily.com. Made possible by the support of our sponsors, Advanced Heating and Air Conditioning, Alpine Cleaning, DD Auto and Salvage, Old Grist Mill, Preston Watts Collision and Glass, Great Basin Graphics, Adams Wealth Advisors, Cache Valley Daily, Young Toyota and Young Honda, Napa Auto Parts, Les Olson IT, and The Logo Shop. Watch replays of previous games on CashValleyDaily.com.